Love scream queen with a million smiles. Catching all the love from around the world. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light in the darkest times? You make it bright, Life's dreams, we're all by your side, You're doing what you do, girl. You're one of a kind, Shelly, Shelly, you're our last street star. Keep rocking your show, no matter where you are.
Hey, Shelly from the block. Jersey girl with a mouth that won't stop, no. Sassy, and I'm not afraid to show it. Gonna spill the tea, you better be ready for it. I speak my mind, no filter inside. Shelly's in the house, talking trash and truth. No sugar-coated grooves. Out the way. Jersey girl with something to say. Shelly's in the house, time to break the rules. From Bulls to the city, I'm the queen of cool. You can handle the heat, then take the high. Shelly's in the house, drop the mic.
Hey, Shelly in the house tonight. Living it up, feeling so right. Yeah. New Jersey girl, she's got that style. Life stream queen with a million smiles. And she know the love from around the world. Hey Shelly, won't you shine your light? You got the time to make it right. Life stream queens with a wayside. You're one of a kind. Shelly, Shelly, you're a life stream star. Keep rocking the show no matter where you are. Yeah.
Grand risings, everybody. Happy Friday. This is Shelly, your mouthy mama, talking trash and truths. This is Coffee and Chaos with T3. That's me. It's 10:13 a.m. on the East Coast, September 27th, 2024. We are getting closer and closer to election time, and it could not be here fast enough for me. I'm a little out of practice because I haven't done this in about a month. It's been a hot minute. I really wanted to say to everybody who's down south in the U.S., I prayed for you last night. I'm still praying for you. I hope everybody's okay. I hope there's not a lot of damage. Hurricane Helene was a real bitch. Thankfully, it didn't take the path that they said it was going to, because that would have been way worse. I have a lot of friends who were put in the old path and just narrowly missed it. Right now, it's a tropical storm approaching South Carolina. It's like at the top of Georgia, like around there. And if you're wondering, winning is good, or at least he was at 3 o'clock this morning. And I heard from Nerd, and apparently he's good. And I don't really have any more updates other than that. I'm just hoping everybody's okay. I'm getting real tired of these superstorms that we're getting. Everything's just bigger now. It's just more. Everything is more. So we'll see. But again, prayers going out to all those people going through it. Again, if you're in the line of what is now a tropical storm, then don't be so brave. Like, stay your ass at home, or be careful when you have to, if you absolutely have to go out. But it looks to me like it's just one of those days that's great for getting a nice hot cup of coffee and either a good book or a good movie, wrapping yourself up on the couch and planting your ass in one place. So just take care of yourselves and take care of each other too. All right. So having said that, it is fall, y'all. Fall is my absolute favorite season. I love Halloween. I love Thanksgiving. I love the colors. I'm not a big pumpkin spice kind of girl, but but I love the crisp, cool weather. I think we're over our little Indian summer where it decided to go up to 90. Y'all know I live on a freaking mountain now. And let me tell you something, weather up here changes quick. It changes quick. And you don't get any kind of warning, nothing. But I love living up here. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I have breathtaking views. I can see mountains out both windows. Even though I'm on a mountain, you can still see mountain ranges. And it's just gorgeous. Lots of wildlife and all sorts of things that I never had to deal with, like stink bugs. Ugh. Never had to deal with stink bugs before. Now I have one that literally sits on my window. It greets me every day. I'm like, one day, motherfucker, somebody's going to squish you and you're not going to show up. And I'm going to kind of miss him probably. As long as he stays on that side of the glass, we're good. Like I said, I've been out of practice. I've only been jumping onto Winning's channel once in a while because it's been a bit. It's been a bitch and it's been a bit. I'm very out of practice because I'm very off kilter. Before we get into that, let's see who's in chat. Let's see, we got a couple people. I didn't expect anybody to show up because I didn't expect to be doing this morning. So we have Heidi who showed up very early. She was happy that she got a notification. Sometimes when I do pop-up streams, I just do them and go live right away. But I said, I'll do 30 minutes out this week, get a notification. But since YouTube hates me, I didn't really expect much. But good day to you, Heidi. And good day, Cool Gamer. What's up, honey? How you doing? Heidi said, oh, you like the intro? Thank you. That's a Winning reality special. Most of my clips, like anything that has music to it or any kind of like me doing my veiled rude dance or whatever, that's a whole thing. That's all Winning. If it's a clip of like Nick, that's me. The shit clips are the ones that I do. His are all fancy. But yeah, no, he's good to me. He does my intros. He does my outros. You know, typical. Winning's always in charge of my ins and outs. Take that how you want. I already said the winds are increasing even up here in Ohio because of the hurricane for everyone in its path. Yeah, and it's going a lot more eastern than they thought it would, which means it's probably going to hit me at some point, right in the middle of PA. The stink bugs are huge there. I mean, they're not tiny here. I was going through one of the bins because, of course, I still have bins to go through because people keep, oh, I found a bin. I'm like, where the hell, when we unpacked the truck, what the hell did you all do with my stuff? Because I'm still missing so much stuff, so much. And we opened one and there were like 3 stink bugs in it that came out. I was like, no, I'm done. I was like, close it. I'll go through it outside. I was like, nope. Put it on the porch. Because, yeah, no, I'm not fucking with bugs in the house. No. Bugs don't have a chance in this house with my cats. Oh, forget it. They had such a good time when we first got here because my mother had a little problem with carpenter ants. And she don't have a problem anymore. Volstorm, if you fake it, you're the one that does without. I mean, listen, I fake it well enough that most people don't know I'm faking it. Okay. I have a lot of history there. So, yeah, no, it's been about a month since I streamed by myself. I almost gave it up. I'm still toying with the idea of just scrapping the whole channel. Because I'm not feeling like I have anything to contribute. I came here thinking it's a new start, I'm not going to have any overhead really because the house is paid for. I'll have my own space. I can help decorate, help do this, help do that. And I kind of turned a blind eye to the fact that I'd be living with my mother. Because I forgot what it was like to live with my mother. Because when I lived on my own, for 30 fucking years, I made my own decisions. I did what I wanted to. Hey, Wolfram. I did whatever I wanted. I made my own decisions. I bought my own food. I paid my own bills. I decorated my house the way I wanted to. If I wanted to change a doorknob, I changed a doorknob. If I wanted to say something, I said it. If I wanted to go online, I went online. If I wanted to get a sandwich at 2 in the morning, I got a sandwich at 2 in the morning. If I wanted to order packages, order packages. I mean, I'm not ordering packages, but I mean, if I wanted to order myself something, anything, a pen, I don't know, a freaking vase in the shape of, like Venus. I don't know. Anything, whatever I want to do, I did it. I just did it. And now I have all these rules. I'm a 50-year-old woman having to fucking kowtow to other people's rules. And it is not rubbing me right. Besides the fact that I am burned out from all the damn politics and negativity out there, I mean, I don't know how much more of that shit I can take. Like, I was serious when I said I hope this election hurries up and finishes because I can't take it. I just can't. Like, it's so much. And it's just nonstop, just bullshit. Just, oh my God, just lies and lies and lies and lies. And I feel like it's chipping away at my soul. I sit here and I talk to God for hours, just looking for some answers. Like, how did we get here? Why are we here? Why is humanity like this? Because I know so many good people. So many people with good hearts and good intentions and, that kind of spirit that drives you to be better and to always keep going and keep fighting. But then you have the flip side of the coin where you have just people who you look at them and you're like, why? Why do I have to share my planet with you? What purpose do you serve other than to aggravate and to destroy? I'm not big on destruction. I'm a very creative person. I like to make things better. I like to create beauty, find beauty in the world. And I'm having a really hard time. Really hard time. I forgot what it was like to have somebody around who knows you so well that they can push every single button you've got. Everyone. And she's so good at it, y'all. She's so good at it. Here's the thing. I'm not allowed to order anything, right? Because they don't want to get a garbage service. So they burn all their garbage. Well, apparently they don't like having to burn all the garbage. Okay, so easy fix, get the goddamn garbage service. Is it a problem? I'll pay for it. Nope, don't want to do that. Okay. So I have to ask permission to buy things. Connor needed Band-Aids and he wanted to buy a book. And I had to ask permission. I'd ask permission. Now, I didn't ask them to pay for it. I just had to ask permission to get it delivered here because it's a big deal. Connor and I ordered, when we first got here, we ordered special doorknobs for our doors and for the bathroom because nothing had a lock on it. And silly me, I'd like a little privacy when I'm, I don't know, getting out of the shower, getting changed, for anything, because I deserve to have a lock on my door if I want one. We didn't get key locks. You could open it with your fingernail. It just gives you a couple seconds to like cover up or anything, because my children have a habit of not knocking because they never had to. That turned into a big fucking thing. And when I tell you that my mother is very good at manipulating people so that I'm the devil and she's, the victim. She's a master. I mean, master class. It doesn't, as soon as she sees I'm even the slightest bit happy, she goes in for the kill. And then she turns around, oh, nobody cares about me. Nobody loves me. It's always my fault. Go ahead, harp on me, attack me. And then she puts her nose up in the air and she stomps away. But now she's got my kids on her side, and she's got her husband. So it's 4 against 1. And I'm always the bad guy. I don't know what to do with that. There have been days, and be prepared because I'm going to cry. You knew I was gonna. I miss you guys. And I didn't want to stream because I feel like it's just complaining, but I don't have another outlet. Winning can only take so much, And I do. I try to smile and, everything's fine, but I don't want to lie to you guys. So I haven't been streaming because I faced some dark days in the last month. I mean, we got to the point where, there was self-harm. There was a lot of dark thoughts. And I'm pretty sure that I scared Winning a couple times, thinking that I was going to just click out. The other night, he didn't want to hang up, and I had to say, I'm not going to off myself. It's fine. I'm just going to go to sleep. And I'm not entirely sure he believed me. I'm not entirely sure that I believe myself because I was there. I am there. I got the plan in my head. It only took her 2 weeks to push me there. And now a month in, and I keep asking God the same thing. Why? Why would you take me out of where I was and put me here to make my life worse? Because I feel like I'm in jail. I feel like I got nothing left. Like, my kids turned against me. She's against me. And it's the up and down, the roller coaster. I can't take it. It's the, oh, everything's so great. And then the punch in the face, not literal, figuratively. Dealing with somebody who needs to be the victim is hard. Because I don't want to fight with anybody. I just want to be happy and, live my life. I don't see why the things that I do, just me doing everyday stuff, is so traumatizing for these people and so, anger inducing. Why is everything a fight? And nobody talks to me. They talk at me or they issue me orders, which, have you met me? I'm not exactly the person you want to tell what to do. And when he brought that up, he said, where's my rebel? Where's the girl who tells him, go fuck yourself, I'm going to do what I want? It's different when you're dealing with a parent, because they can. He said, it's like you regress. And I do. I regress to being a kid getting yelled at. I'm not good enough. Nothing I do is good enough. Everything I do, everything I say is wrong. She's got that emotional hold on me. And I mean, they came right out and said they don't even like me. Why don't they like me? Because I'm loud. I've always been loud. They're not quiet. My mother is 10 times louder than I am, with the most grating voice in the universe. But yet I'm the one that's wrong. I haven't wanted to do the show because I don't know how they'll react if they hear what I have to say. I have nowhere else to go. If I could run away, I would. If I could run away, I would. Let me check chat before I fuck it, because I can't stop crying. Uh Heidi said it's simple. We have free will and live in a fallen world. Nerd, I survived the storm. Good, nerd. Though we really were hoping that you'd have an awesome new hurricane story. I know we tease you, but whatever. It's all in fun. Heidi said, sorry, yeah, nope, that's ridiculous. Yep, it is. It is. But I mean, it's what I'm stuck in now. Wolfram said, stream because we're here for you, Shelly. You're very sweet, Wolfie. I mean, even if, I don't know if you even notice, Sunday nights, I don't say much. I mean, when I'm on stream with Winning, I don't really have to say much because he's got it covered. But I've been trying. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because I knew I'd cry. I never hold back from you guys. Never. I don't do it on other people's channels or on his channel. Well, I don't go on other people's channels because they don't ask me to. But I would never do this on Winning's channel, because it's his channel. It's very specific. As it is, I curse too much on his channel, but you know what? I am who I am, and fuck it, he knows that. Otherwise, he wouldn't invite me on. Nerd said venting is not complaining. Sometimes for the sake of one's sanity, you have to vent to someone that's not involved. Yeah, but I don't like getting up here and being like, oh, I made this big move, and a little bit of me felt really stupid that I thought it would be better. Heidi said, I've had family like that, narcissistic. Yep. Sometimes keeping an arm's length distance, even with blood, is best, hun. Thanks for sharing. I share everything, girl. I share everything. If you ever went through some of my past ones, I've literally worked through trauma on my show. That's what I do. It's what the show was made for, because therapists don't work for me. It just didn't work for me. But doing this and having the instant feedback and knowing that people have gone through it just like me, and that they're there and that they feel better knowing, okay, somebody else went through a lot of what I went through and they're still here. I can still be here. And I'm still here. I don't want to be, but I am. Don't stop streaming, hun. I'm trying not to, but people keep fucking with me. Narcissists are great at isolating people within their family and pitting family against each other when they aren't the center of attention. Tears are cleansing and healing for the soul. Yeah, well, I should have the cleanest soul ever because all I do now is cry. I can sit in my room and not move for 8 hours, not speak, and the tears don't stop. It's not bawling, right? Like you're not like, "Ugh." I'm not sobbing. I just can't contain the tears. They just roll down my face without any provocation. It's just, I'll be in the middle of thinking about something else, and all of a sudden I'm just crying. Wolfram, I noticed. Yeah, well, you tend to notice a lot of things, Wolf, so I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. The manipulation really surprised me, though, because I forgot how good she is at it when she has a captive audience. Because, see, when I lived on my own, I paid for all my own stuff. I made my own decisions. It was my space. If I didn't like what you said, get the fuck out. If I didn't like what you said on the phone, I'd hang the fuck up. I mean, this is the mother who, when I was dying in the hospital, didn't even come see me. And she lived down the block from the hospital. It's not like she had to travel. You know, this is the mother who holds everything over my head that I care about. Because she's good at taking shit away from me. And it's always the one-up game. You know, if I get up and, like, my knee is swollen, her knees are twice as swollen. You know, if I have a headache, she's had a headache twice as long. You know, if I slept for only 4 hours, she slept for only 2. So she's more tired than I am. And it's like, why is everything a competition? Can't you just fucking exist? And every time I leave this room, I walk into a fog of misery. Like, nobody in this house fucking smiles. I'm singing all the goddamn time. I like to joke around. I love to laugh. They have literally drained every bit of joy out of me. And I think that brings her joy. It brings her some sort of satisfaction or feeling of power. And I'm always wrong. I'm always the one in the wrong. She got my son to actually say he didn't like me. You know how much my son means to me. So to have him turn around and defend her and tell me that I yell too much or I'm too bossy or whatever. Like, bitch, she comes at me and then you come in the room and hear my reaction and I'm the one in the wrong. But she's never wrong. She's never wrong. Oh, okay. But when they need a favor, they know who to ask. Oh, we need insurance. Call the insurance. Call this. Call that. I've done so many fucking things for them. And still, I'm treated like an outsider. You know, they all go and congregate together in the yard or on the porch. They don't ask me to go. Hold on. Sorry, my son opened the door when I was like, please, I'm live. But it's like no respect for my wishes anymore. At all. I've always been the boss of my own life. Always. Since I'm 13, I've been calling the shots in my life. Literally been on my own since I'm 16. And I started a family and took care of myself from the age of 20. So, like, I'm 50 and now I have to ask permission to order anything. I have to ask permission to do anything. And it's grating because I am very fiercely independent. I do what the fuck I want. You know, I always said I was, Loki was my spirit animal because I do what I want. I don't do anything to harm anybody. I don't do anything to inconvenience anybody. I do things that make me happy. I do things that make other people happy. You know, and trust me, a happy Shelly means a happy everybody else because when I'm miserable, I'm completely withdrawn and shut down. And that's how I've been. I isolate myself because I'm not included in anything. You know, they eat without me. They go out without me. I was here one day. I'm looking out the window and they just go streaming by in the car, all of them. And I was like, where the fuck did they go? They didn't tell me they were leaving. They didn't ask me if I needed anything. They didn't say, hey, you want to come along? Nothing. It's like I don't even exist. I have no importance at all. And I feel more like a burden now than I ever did. And part of me hates them for making me feel like this, for making me feel inconsequential, for making me feel like nothing, worthless. And I'm trying so hard, y'all, to get healthier. I started a whole spike protein detox that, it is working. My mind is very clear, which isn't exactly great right now because the overthinking is super clear. Um, but like physically, my body hurts. Like it's going through it. But I could feel changes happening. Like circulation is better in my legs, and like the swelling's not as bad. My feet are all little again. It's great having a bed. Oh my goodness, the difference a bed makes since they left me, sleeping in a recliner for fucking 2 years. Oh, I'm not allowed to eat in my room. Ain't that a bitch? I drew the line at drinks because I can't not have something to drink. I'm the thirstiest bitch on the planet. But take that how you want it. But yeah, I'm not allowed to eat in my room. There's so many rules. So many rules. I don't do well with rules. Yeah, I'll follow them. But oh god, it'll make me miserable. Because why? Why are there rules when I'm a fucking adult? I raised 2 kids by myself. You know, nobody else helped. What, the occasional weekend watching? That's not helping. That was more of a like, here, go pretend to be a grandparent. I I don't know what words are gonna do for me anymore. So I haven't been talking. I really haven't. You could ask Winnie. He does everything he can to get me to talk. I'm pretty sure a lot of you would have put bets down that I would never stop talking. But everything just hurts. It hurts. I thought I took care of my triggers, and it's weird because if my father were still here, I don't think he could hurt me half as much as my mother. And the thing that hurts me the most is that she's got my kids against me. I did something the other day, and my son asked me, "Well, why are you doing that?" No, what was it? Oh, a package did come for me because I ordered ivermectin. I told you guys I was going to do it, and I ordered the emergency kit with ivermectin and doxycycline, which I will do after the detox is done. I have to decide if I'm going to do 1 month detox or 2. So I might do 2. It's a little pricey, but worth it so far. We'll see at the end of this month if it's still worth it. But the package came and he said, "What's that? Did you ask if you could buy that?" I said, "First of all, who's the parent here?" And he was like, "Well, Grandpa said." I was like, "Yeah, no, I didn't get permission. I ordered it because it's fucking medicine." Oh, that's good. That's good. Because I hope you get better soon. Because Jesus, Ma, like it went from him being like, "Oh, I don't want my mom to die," to Jesus, I hope you get better. Like, and I don't like the attitude flip. I really don't. Let me catch up in chat because I'm all over the place. I'm sorry, guys. Uh, Heidi, I've been there with my dad and my ex. Yeah, I mean, I had one or two narcissistic exes. I've had more narcissistic friends, but the head narcissist is always going to be my mother, and she's never going to admit that that's her game plan. That's her MO. It's always, no, I do for everybody. Shut up. No, you don't. She's always done for herself. Ellie Font. Hi, Ellie. How are you, honey? You glad it's working? Yeah, it's regarding the spike protein stuff. Yep. Yeah, it's been literally, this is like day 4 of that, but I can feel the difference in my head. Like I can feel the clarity. There was always, for like the last year, there's been this weird, like, slight fog around everything that I've done, all my thought processes. And right now, my mind is back to being crisp and like really like on the ball. It's just now that I can think clearly, I have nothing good to think about. So it kind of sucks. Wolfkinder, hiya, honey. She said, hey, Shelly, the people online are your lifeline. Stay connected. Yeah, but you know what? I hate to get on here and just bitch, because this is really like about just survival. That's when it keeps telling me you just gotta keep fighting. You gotta stay in the game. You gotta ride it out, outlast them. And it's hard to do when I feel like I have nothing left to live for. What do I have? You take the hearts of my kids away from me, I got nothing. I've spent the last 30 years taking care of my kids. You have no idea how much I've given up for them, how many fights I've been in for them, because these are not kids that don't need advocacy. I have fought from when they were born to get them medical care, to get them the right treatments. I've been fighting doctors about diagnoses that are bullshit. I've fought against unnecessary surgeries. I fought for necessary surgeries. I fought for school plans. I fought for field trips. I fought for changing a para because they didn't fit right with the kid. I fought for, certain curriculums. I fought for certain permissions for them, and like for more time, or for like, Jesus, for my daughter, I had to fight for handicap accessibility because the school didn't want. They were like, well, why can't she just wait till she gets home to go pee? Are you fucking kidding me? So, I fought for everything. I literally fought for my daughter's right to take a shit in school. Like, what else is there? I've always fought for my kids. And I've made enemies where I work. And for what? For what? They don't appreciate it. They don't even acknowledge it. I'm just the devil. Well, you're so aggressive. You ever think I'm aggressive for you? I have always been aggressive for you. Am I aggressive for me? No, not really. People could walk all over me and I'm just like, meh. Like, if you need to, because it doesn't really usually affect me. I fight for them. I sacrifice for them. I have spent every penny I have for them. Yeah. I'm bone fucking tired. And it's always been for them. And I feel like they betrayed me in the worst way. Because what did I do it for? What did I do it for? To get stabbed in the back? I imagine, like, when Connor said that about, well, none of us like you or whatever. I imagine that to a guy, that would be what it feels like to get kicked in the balls. Like that kind of like painful, nauseous, oh my God, I'm going to throw up. My life is over because, oh God, like that kind of like swift, sudden, abrupt pain. I didn't think my kids would ever hurt me that much. I really didn't. And coming from him, my little partner in crime, my mini-me, it destroyed me. And rather than take it out on him, I tried to destroy myself. I won't hurt him like he hurts me, so I hurt myself. Which, for anybody listening, not smart. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And then you regret it later. But I've done it more than once in the last month. I feel almost compelled to do it. And they don't even care. They don't notice. They don't notice that I'm isolated or depressed or whatever. They just go on with their lives and do what they want. And when they need something from me, that's when they remember I'm here. The latest thing was this week with the cat litter. My mother doesn't like the cat litter in the mudroom. It's a fucking mudroom. Where else would you put it? She said, well, put it in your bathroom. I can't put it in my bathroom. Katie and I share a bathroom. And with the walker and everything that she uses, there's no room. It's not that big of a fucking bathroom. It's not like my old bathroom. Like my old bathroom was huge, but I mean, this is not like that. And so where did the litter wind up? Y'all, it's in my bedroom with me. I have a litter pan in my bedroom with me because she don't like it. So I don't want to give her the opportunity to say, well, then the cats have to go, because she's just bitch enough to do it. She's done it to me before. And I'll die if she takes my cats. It's actually hell for me. And they think it's my fault. And it's like, you're doing all this to me. I'm the one that's got to capitulate all the time. So how am I the bad one? I got to give in. I have no freedom. I have no autonomy. Nothing. Everything I do is, why are you doing that? What are you doing? Like, stop watching me. Leave me the fuck alone. Let's go back to chat. Heidi said, remember where lies come from. They come from the adversary. When they come to my mind, I have to speak against them with truth of the word put on and who God says I am, regardless of toxic people. Yeah, I try. God's pretty much the only one I get to talk to full out. Ellie said, just view this time in your life as you're a caterpillar in a cocoon and you're going to be a new butterfly. Girl, I'm a caterpillar in the jaws of a giant tarantula is what I am. I don't have a chance in the world. Wolfkinder, focus on you. Your kids will see the bigger picture. Give them time to see it. Maybe. But what damage are they going to do to our relationship and to me in the meantime? Because it's always my fault. And it brings me right back to all that trauma as a kid. This is why I became such a people pleaser. This is why I learned to read people so well. And this is why, as a kid, I barely fucking spoke. around my family. Because I never knew it. I never knew what was gonna set them off. What did I do? What did I say that offended? What did I do that was wrong? What did I do that wasn't good enough? Where did I make a mistake? Because I always made mistakes. Whether something could have been fucking perfect, and they would have found something wrong with it. If I got a 99 on a test, why didn't you get 100? It was always, why aren't you good enough? Why aren't you good enough? And I never asked any of them to be perfect. I sit here and I talk to God, and I'm like, why? Why did you put me here? Am I so worthless and unlovable that my own mother can't fucking love me? Really? Why is it okay to be abusive to me? And everybody just accepts it. It's just normal. It hurts. It hurts like you can't believe. Ellie Font, rely on God. He is there. Are you able to get to church? Maybe you could talk to a priest about how you're feeling. I don't trust no clergy, honey, and you know it. I cut out the middleman. I talk right to God. And it's funny because I don't feel God here as much as I did in Hoboken. I feel removed from everything here. Like I'm on an island by myself and the universe stopped listening to me. I've always had a really strong will. We used to laugh because everybody that I worked with, all my friends, they'd be like, she makes shit happen. If you say it's impossible, she's like, yeah, hold my beer. And I go and I do it. I'm not one to sit around and wait. I don't like to wait for things. I make them happen. I put things, into motion. If you say you want something and, you're going to, oh, I want to do this, da, 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 and I think you're dragging your feet, but I could get it done, I just go do it. I don't ask. I do it and I go, here you go. You got a problem? Okay, I can fix that. Here you go. I'm good at fixing problems. I'm good at taking care of people. I came here and I was full of all these goals. I wanted to cook more. I wanted to bake more. But it's not my house. It's not my house, and it doesn't feel like my house. All her stuff is out on display, and her paintings are up, and the majority of like the cookware and everything, it's all hers. All my stuff she tucked away. Like, okay, I gave you a cabinet for all your stuff. All my shit in the kitchen is shoved into one cabinet. I can't even get food delivered here. I'm averaging between 300 and 500 calories a day because there's nothing. I can't go out there because they're always in the fucking dining room and the kitchen, and they don't want me there. I went out the other night. It was 10:30. I told Winning, I'm going to bed. I'm going to go have a cigarette. I'm going to go to bed. I go out there. Everybody's out there. As soon as I sit down, they all got up and went to bed. Not one person said goodnight. It was like I walk in the room and they all walk out. The fuck? Who does that? They literally make me feel like a stranger in my own home. This is not my home. I feel like a boarder. I'm just renting a room. I can't affect anything. They make tons of decisions without asking me, but I'm not allowed to make one decision without asking permission. Can't eat in my room. I mean, really? I can't do anything. I'm sitting here with a C4 in my hand, afraid to let go of it because what if it fucking topples over and spills on the rug and then I get in trouble? What am I, 13? Heidi, you are not worthless. Thank you, but I feel that way. I'm non-denominational for a reason. I mean, I'm always going to be Catholic at the deepest levels of my psyche because I was just raised that way literally from birth. But I find comfort in my Catholicism because there are prayers, there are hymns that we always did in church that I have really good memories for, and I just always felt a connection to. It's weird, like the Nicene Creed or the Apostles' Creed. It's odd that those prayers are actually comforting to me. The repetition, the recitation of them, the ritual, I guess you could say. I don't really care about the whole receiving the body and blood of Christ or whatever. Like, communion never impressed me because to me it's just a show. And I've had this discussion with God. I'm like, I know it's part of your whole mass ritual or whatever. And I know it's supposed to be the body and blood of your son, meaning you and whatever, but I don't feel it that way. I feel more connected to God when I'm, I don't know, petting the cat, or when I see a bird flying, or when I see leaves dropping down. I find a lot more of God in living things, in nature, rather than, a wafer and some wine. And that's not to badmouth it, because I take my hat off to anybody who believes in that, whatever. And I believed in it for a really long time. And part of me probably still does, because it's hard to let go of beliefs. But it doesn't make me feel closer to God to go through that. So going to an actual mass where they're like people, like, no, like I avoid people as much as I can, because people suck for the most part. And a lot of the people that I know that go to church are the biggest hypocrites in the fucking world. So it's like, I don't live like a saint, but I don't live like a sinner either. You know what? I have a potty mouth. Oh, well, I'm always going to have a potty mouth. You know why? Because it makes me feel better. It's just the way it works. And I don't want to go back to being that angry person that I was before. And that's what I feel like. Every time I step outside this damn door, every time I step outside my bedroom, I have to brace myself. What's going to attack me first? Who's going to attack me first? How is it going to happen? Is it going to be a sneak attack? Is it going to be a blatant, like aggressive attack? I'm walking on eggshells made of glass, shards of glass, and every step hurts. And they don't see it. They don't see that they're literally snuffing out my light. because I feel like I got nothing left to drive me anymore. I don't even play music. And I love music. It'll drive Winning nuts, but I love music. And I can't listen to it. Because what's the point? Like, I'm so apathetic at this point. What do you do when you're faced with a complete lack of love and joy in your face like that? You know, like I always relied on my kids to be my constant, you know. Yeah, they were a constant sorts of, you know, things for me to do. You know, they were my responsibility, but they brought me joy. Just their existence brought me joy. I've always had an easy type relationship with them that, you know, you could say what's on your mind. Nobody's going to hold it against you. You know, no fight is going to last beyond today. You don't hold on to grudges. You know, life is short. You got to forgive each other. You got to not take each other so seriously. Don't take things so personally. Try to laugh it off. Try to like shake it off if you have to. And that's gone. It's absolutely gone. They just threw me over like I haven't put all this fucking time in. I feel abandoned and betrayed. And I feel really alone. I feel really, really alone, guys. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with the channel. I'm assuming that I'll keep doing it. I did turn off all the memberships because it wasn't fair to charge membership fees when I wasn't doing shows. I will try to do more though. But I mean, I had plans. I had 2 channels completely set up other than this one to do what I wanted to do, and I just don't have the motivation to do it anymore. I don't have the motivation to do anything anymore. I can't even, like, go in the kitchen and, like, cook something up because I don't know where any of her pots and pans and shit are because there's no organization at all to what she does. And then it's, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do this. Don't do that." Meh, 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 meh. Like, ugh. I gotta ask them to get stuff at the store. Jesus, I even have to beg for my fucking cigarettes, even though I'm paying for them. You know, they bought these damn chicks and ducks. Oh, I got 2 ducks because Shelly wanted ducks and da, 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 da. And where'd they put them? They put them in the basement where I can't get to because there's no inside access to the basement. You have to go around the whole house and go in through the outside. And there's no railing on the stairs, so I can't hold on. I can't get down the steps. I can't get up. My mother crawls up and down the steps. I can't do that. I will fall. And if I fall, I'm going to the hospital, and I have no health insurance right now. So they got me these ducks, but they put them in the basement where I can't fucking see them. So what is that? That's a special kind of like little mental fucking torture game. Here, I got these for you so you can enjoy them, but I'm not gonna let you. Oh, good. Let's just put the carrot on a stick and I'll just chase that forever. That's great. Heidi, can I send you a link to a blog? Who God Says You Are, 17 Scriptures About Our True Identity. It's helped me in times of when I've felt like I can't walk through another step and I need a reminder. Absolutely. Do you have my Discord? I don't know if you have my Discord. I might robot for a minute because I'm opening Discord and my laptop doesn't like it. Just bear with me if I robot. You know I will. Wolfkinder said, and yes, please send me the link. Let's see. Where the hell is my server? I gotta remember how to do all this, y'all. Invite people. Copy. Hopefully this works. If you're in Discord at all, that would be the link to my Discord. Tell me if that went through okay. I think it would. But yeah, there's an open invitation for my Discord. You could tag me in anything, send me direct messages. There's tons of little categories. There's a music thing, recipe thing, there's picture thing. Like, feel free to do whatever you want on my Discord. Most people do. We have a music section. Darth loves that section. So does Inya, who I haven't seen in a while. I need to touch base with her because I've been really like inside my own head and forgetting about everybody else. Wolfkinder, maybe connecting with the church and having a visiting priest come would be a good thing. Only if he's going to drive the devil out and everybody will find out the demon here ain't me. I could spray myself in holy water and be fine. I don't know if she could do the same. Heidi, I hate to say it, but the more exposure your son has to her, the more it's going to affect him. Rad's aunt, etc. I went through it with my ex and his mom turning my 3 against me, and I had to distance us in steps. 10 years. Yeah. I don't know. I tend to hope that yeah, I have voice chats, Wolfkinder, in my Discord. Yeah, I hope he's smart enough to see it. Like, I hope it's just the novelty of somebody else being around, because eventually she's going to do something to piss him off. It's inevitable. She's going to either like hurt him in some way or offend him in some way, and he's going to, I mean, he's already not happy about the litter because I closed the door last night so that I could, listen to Winning's show. And apparently one of my cats needed to go to the bathroom, Boo. And Boo went into his bathroom, jumped in his tub, and took a giant, massive shit in his tub. That's how he described it. He said one of the cats took a massive shit in my bathtub. I said that would be Boo because Snips has been in here with me. He was like, what the fuck? He was like, yeah, the litter's not going to work in here. He was like, it's got to go back to the mudroom. Like, I got to talk to Grandpa. I was like, you do that. But in the meantime, I'm sitting here with litter in my room. And I wasn't kidding. I've literally been eating between 300 and 500 calories a day because they go and eat and don't tell me. They don't invite me. They don't save anything for me. So, like, the other day I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. In a 36-hour period, I had one peanut butter and jelly sandwich. They like talking about me with each other. That bothers me. Because they're sitting there like right outside of earshot. Sometimes within earshot, I can hear them and they don't care. And they just talk about all the horrible things about me, and she's so this and she's so that. And blah, 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 blah. Like, what is so bad about ordering stuff from my room? Like, you told me to throw everything out. You knew I had to start over. I needed a desk. I needed a dresser. I needed a headboard. This is the stuff I'm getting yelled at for. And it's like, they treat me like I'm a kid. I have struggled for my entire life and come out on top every fucking time. To negate that and act like I don't have a brain in my fucking head drives me insane. Drives me insane. Heidi said, you're never alone. God carries us even when we can't see or feel him near, especially through horrible situations that our human eyes see as insurmountable. I keep begging him to just take me home. I'm not gonna lie. I lay here and I'm like, can't I just come home? Just bring me home. Because this life is too fucking painful. I feel tormented, and I never thought I would say that. Once I got away from my father and everything else, I never thought someone else could torment me. I've been with abusive men, and I'll give as good as I get. Yeah, like I never felt victimized. Violated, maybe. Abused, maybe. But like I said, I gave as good as I got. Like if you're coming for me, I'm coming right back at you. And I can't do that. My mother. I can't. Because when I do, I'm a bad person. I don't have Discord for personal reasons. Is there another way? Do you have Twitter? Or you could, if you could find me on Facebook under Talking Trash and Truths, you can post it there. Or you could email it to me if you want. You can email me the link. That would be a good way to go. Mimsy usually does that. She usually emails me at I don't know, it's somewhere on my main page. It's like Talking Trash and Truths or whatever at gmail.com, I think. I don't remember. I really don't know my own email addresses. I really don't. But yeah, I'd love it if you send me that link. That'd be great. Do I have a chat channel on my Discord? I do, Wolfkinder. I do. I have many. Gutter's bub. Hi, Gutter. Should we say good M? Yay, Shelly's back. Shelly's back and crying. I mean, it's like saying the day ends in a Y. Google who God says you are. All right, so you want me to Google that? By Dr. Michelle. That's ironic. That's ironic. And they always spell Michelle with 2 L's. Of course, my friggin' mother spelled it with 1 L, so I can never get anything personalized. Now I can, but you got to pay for it. But like, it's so frustrating to go to the store and you never get anything with your name on it. Tubs are easy to clean. Yeah, but I was the one that had to because he was like, bleh, bleh, bleh. He couldn't. I mean, this cat, I guess he had to go, and I was just glad he didn't do it on the carpet. I sat Boo down and I was like, now you can't poop in the tub. I was like, but mommy's happy that you didn't poop on the floor. Like, I mean, I have full conversations with my cats and they get it. They understand. Cat Ninja, what's up, mama? Has anybody heard from Darth? I've been meaning to reach out to him, but I'm not exactly in a good headspace. So it's like, I feel like I would just overburden him. But I hope he's doing well. If you talk to him, tell him I said hi. And that he's still in my prayers. He is. I don't know. Darth holds a special place in my heart. It's weird. People are so down on him. I never really saw that big of a deal. He is who he is. Yeah, he's got good times, he's got bad times, just like me. Our problem was we had somebody working the strings to make sure that we fought each other. And of course, now that I'm dealing with my mother, I'm getting so many flashbacks of the amphibian, of the manipulation, of always being wrong, of always being the demon, always being the devil. It's like, whatever. Narcissists are a plague in this world. And now they're just everywhere. But I mean, she's 81. She's been a narcissist her whole life. Oh, woe is me. I used to call her Martyr Marianne, or Marianne the Martyr, because she's just not happy unless she's the victim. I don't know. It's some weird comfort to her. Meanwhile, I never want to be seen as a victim. I've always been a fighter. I might shut down sometimes, but for the most part, like, see, that's the thing. You come for somebody I love, and there is nothing in the world that will stop me from destroying you. I will roll over you until you are nothing but crumbs on the ground. But you come for me, that's different. I don't have that same instinct when it comes to me. Because I'm used to taking the hits. You know, I'm used to literally taking hits. You know, punch me in the face, we have a problem. You punch my kid in the face, you're a dead man. Like, that's just how it works. You know, you talk shit about me, all right, whatever, do what you gotta do. You talk shit about winning, I will fucking come for you. You don't touch what I love. You don't touch what's important to me. You want to come for me all goddamn day long. But it's different when it's my mother. Because damn it, she was supposed to just love me. Why doesn't she feel for me what I feel for my kids? I don't get it. I'd rather rip out my eyes than hurt my children. Maybe it's because I know what it's like to not have a parent on your side, to be on your own. And I won't ever let that happen to them. But she can bring me so low, so low. And I'm sitting here talking to you guys, and yet I feel guilty for talking about it. I feel guilty for being hurt. How fucked up is that? And it's always the same. The love bomb. Then the little maligns. The digs. The restrictions. Death by 1,000 cuts. Little things here and there. Until I'm just like, I got nothing left. And then the isolation. Get everybody on your side. Okay? Then make sure that, you know, you lord it over me. Make sure I'm aware of what you're doing. Then you play the victim. And you turn it on me and try to make me think I'm the one that's crazy. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. But if you would just, okay, if you didn't do it, then how is my behavior going to change what you didn't do? Like, I don't understand that. You're always yelling at me. I'm not yelling at you. You're fucking screaming in my face. And yet, well, I have a hard time hearing. But you don't have a hard time talking. You remember who's there when you need favors, right? When you can't get shit done. She went to an eye doctor appointment the other day. It didn't go the way she wanted. And she walked out. So she came home and took it out on me. And it's like, really? So I spent 2 days not talking, not eating, not socializing, not being involved in anything. And I cut. Poor Winnie couldn't get, he was like, I can't get a laugh out of you. Like, he tried so hard. You have no idea what I put that man through. I don't mean to. And I do try to, like, go to sleep earlier. I try to, like, disengage because I don't want him to have to deal with miserable me, because nobody should. I want him to deal with happy me, normal Shelly. Balls out, Shelly, like, let's go. And I just don't have that in me. Animals will retaliate in situations as such. My Karen Terrier would pee up my ex's shoes. Yeah, well, they're like, why are the cats always in your room? Because the cats go where I go. If I walk into the living room, they'll walk into the living room. If I go by the porch, they'll go by the porch. If I go in my room, they follow me in the room because they're my cats. I've been with them every single day since I got them. Like, the one is a pandemic cat that I got right before the pandemic started. And I never had a cat that I spent that much time with. And then the second one has never known a day without me unless I was in the hospital. And believe me, when I went to the hospital those 2 weeks and I came out, neither one of them were talking to me for like 2 days. You know what it's like to have a cat snub you because they're irritated? Like, where the hell have you been? Cat Ninja knows. Heidi, I begged that for 20 years of my life. I feel you. Yeah, mental abuse is sometimes worse than physical. It really is, because if you punch me in the face, I can almost guarantee I'm going to knock you the fuck out. It doesn't matter that I'm 50. It doesn't matter that, my legs aren't as strong as they used to be. As that one nurse in the hospital found out, I can get up real motherfucking quick and get in your face. Like, do not test me when the adrenaline kicks in, because once it does, you're fucked. Because I go into a blind rage if you hit me. So you never want to raise a hand to me. That's just a really good rule of thumb. You raise your hand to me, I'm going to put you in the ground. You better hope that you knock me out, because if I get up, you're done. Because I have 50 years of rage in me that all bubbles to the surface if you hit me. I snap. My worry is, how far can she push me before I snap? How far? Part of me thinks she wants to find out. I've warned her, and I've told her, you're poking the wrong bear, Ma. Stop. Oh, you always say that. Is that a threat? No, it's not a threat. It's telling you you're making me lose my temper. I haven't lost my temper in a very, very, very long time. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, just stop your bullshit. And she just won't. She just won't. Elephant said, Shelly, you need to eat better and get sunshine. It's literally been sunless for the last 5 days. Like, it's just nothing but just cloudy and rainy. It's very fall-like weather. But I mean, when the sun is out, I love it. I mean, me and the cats, we we each have our sunspot. It's great. I love it here. I do. I think it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I just wish that my life reflected where I'm living, because it doesn't. Oh no, Maggie Smith. No. All right, wait, let me finish this. Shelly, you need to eat better and get sunshine. It'll help with your moods. Just ask your stepdad, hey, what time's dinner, etc. Yeah, the less I talk to him, the better, because he makes me feel like I don't belong here either. You ever have people that talk to you but won't look you in the eye? That's all day. all day, every day. Drives me crazy. Wolfkinder, holy crap, Dame Maggie Smith died. That's sad. She was 89. That woman went through cancer and everything else while she was doing the Harry Potter role. I loved her. And she was in, what was it, Downtown Abbey? Like, she's so good. So good. But I think besides McGonagall, one of my favorite movies with her is The First Wives Club. She's hilarious when she's dealing with Sarah Jessica Parker, and she's like, fork. And she goes, what? Fork. She's like this high society lady trying really hard not to lose her shit with this like gutter snipe that's sitting at her table. But yeah, she was funny in that fucking movie. She was funny. Wolfkinder, at Elephant, good idea. Yes, I know. Well, rest in peace, Maggie Smith. You were an awesome McGonagall. I mean, she's just so sassy. That's got to be her personality too. But because I mean, a lot of these actors, they do bring a lot of their personal selves into their roles, and I feel like she in real life, she just had to be some sassy lady. You know, she would definitely be somebody that I would love to hang with. Well, I mean, not now. Well, maybe now. I mean, my version of heaven, there's a whole bunch of people that I get to go up and meet. You know, I'll get to be with grandma, I'll get to be with daddy, Chance. You know, I'll get to meet my kids. I got 4 of them waiting for me. Four of my babies. I wonder sometimes what they would have been like. But I mean, I hope I get to like meet Elvis. Yeah. I'd like to have a conversation with Nixon. I really would. I have so many questions. Like, I don't know. I want to meet Padre Pio. Yeah, I want to learn. Like, how the hell did you get a stigmata? How young were you? What did it feel like? You know, that whole thing. I would love to talk to, not, you know, I had this conversation with my son. He said he'd like to talk to Einstein. I said, I don't think I would. I said, I'd rather talk to Edison. And he was like, why? I was like, because I want to ask him, how did you feel? Like, how did you go through other people's inventions and claim them as your own and look yourself in the eye? Like, just explain that to me. There's some politicians I'd like to talk to, but I don't think that they're going to be on that side of the friggin' gate. I'd like to talk to Henry Ford. Like, I'm very big on inventors. Not so much writers, because you know what writers are going through based on what they write, but inventors, I'd love to know how they got there. Like how those eureka moments occurred to them. I hope we get to do that. I hope that there's just like this open kind of being where you get to just ask every question and get every answer. But I don't want it to come to me secondhand. I want to go to the source. I want to have conversations in the afterlife. If heaven is what you make it, then my heaven is going to be full of coffee table conversation. I don't do small talk. I mean, I want to have like those profound 3 a.m. you're high as fuck sitting there like talking about the meaning of life conversations. I usually have those with T-Rex. He's good at asking me all the existential shit. But that's what I hope heaven is like. I don't need unconditional love in heaven. I don't need... I don't... Honestly, I don't think desire really happens in heaven. Y'all ever think about that? Like, I think desire is purely an earthly thing. I think once you're out of here, you're beyond that. And it's just... It's just a satisfaction, like a contentment. That would be my peace. I find peace through knowledge, through learning. I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to, pick up new information, retain new information, because it's comforting to me. That's why when I had all the brain issues, it was really bothering me, because my mind is the most important thing to me, even more so than my heart. My heart will take care of itself. But my mind needs constant nurturing, constant gardening, It's that plant that can't be neglected for even a minute, because it needs constant attention to thrive. And I happily give it all of that. Even when I'm stuck inside my own head, I'm still feeding it. Ideas are everything. Creation is everything. And I really hope that when I get to heaven, I get to have conversations that spark other conversations, that just the perpetual learning and talking and exchanging. Because there's so much on this planet that I don't know. And I want to know it all. And I hope that heaven is my eternity for learning it all. That would be my heaven. Surrounded by the people I love. They don't necessarily have to love me, because I know that's hard to do. Hell, there are people I give my whole heart to that don't. So it's like, whatever. It's okay to give me scraps. It's always okay to give me the least minimal effort, because apparently that's acceptable. Wolfkind, our parents push our buttons because they're the ones who sewed them on. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Gutter, I have this stream set up to automatically redirect to you when it's done. So that's why I'm just going till 12. That's why I did it. I mean, I know I don't have a lot of people in here, but I mean, you're my core group. And I wasn't exactly expecting to stream, but yeah, so you guys will be redirected to Gutter at 12. I'll be finishing by then. I only got 20 minutes more. And look at that. There's so few of you. I can actually keep up and chat. Woohoo! Cat Ninja. Yeah, I've talked to Darth. I'll pass on your hi and love, Shell. Thank you. Pass on a virtual hug for me, because, I mean, I think Darth needs more hugs in life. He really does. Elephant, was your mom abused? No, my grandmother was amazing. Sometimes it helps to think about what our parents went through and not giving excuses, but having an explanation as to why they do what they do. No, not in the slightest. Not in the slightest. She had a really good life. Her childhood was way better than mine. She never got abused. She got a frying pan broke over her head, but I mean, that's just a funny fucking story at this point. But no, my grandmother was a caretaker. She was a nurturer. She gave the kids love and responsibility, and she spoiled the shit out of my uncle. But my mother got spoiled too. And she was daddy's girl. Pop always did for my mother. My grandfather, my great-grandfather always did for my mother. So she was raised really good. She was abused by my father, but so was I, and she allowed it. She knew what he was doing. Even if she didn't want to admit it, she knew, and nobody protected me. It was the whole, all right, if I turn a blind eye, it's not happening. Like, la, 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 la. If I don't see it, it's not there. So she just refused to acknowledge the abuse. She refused to acknowledge his whole predilection. Not even for little kids, mainly for just me. You know, it's it's weird to think when I look back at my childhood how often I wished I was ugly. And I would do things to make myself ugly. I would, let her like cut my hair into like that bowl fucking shape. Like I'd look like a boy. I'd wear nothing but tomboy outfits. Just I'd do whatever I could to be as ungirly as possible so that I would not be attractive to anybody. And we're talking 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old. Like, no little kid should ever have to think about stuff like that. I couldn't fight anybody. I was little. I mean, being a preemie baby, even when I was like 8, 9 years old, I was still tiny. I wasn't fighting nobody. You could overpower me with your pinky. And I was completely unprotected. Completely unprotected. She never had that. She never got abused like that. Not as a kid. As an adult, she made her own goddamn choices, and she stayed with him. Oh, I had to. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You had no kid. She didn't have me until 14 years into her marriage. And I'm an only child. Yes, I have siblings because she married a man with a lot of kids. But they're blood-wise, it's just me. Just me. She could have left at any time and didn't. Be it pride, fear, stupidity, I don't know. But it was still her choice. I didn't get that choice. And then she got out of the relationship and left me in it. For 6 years. Left me in it. And I'm still a little bitter about it. Because goddamn it, I did everything in my power to protect my kids. And nobody protected me. Nobody kept me safe. And nobody would even admit there was a problem, so they wouldn't help me. You all helped me. I processed everything from my childhood with all of you. I don't know what I would have done if I didn't have you guys. Because nobody else would have understood. And a therapist, they don't give you feedback. They just let you talk and, how does that make you feel? Like, it's just, shut up. I know how I feel. Like, fucking help me. But they couldn't. Therapy didn't work for me in that way. You guys became my therapy. You became my confessional, where I could go and tell you what was good and what was bad and what I did and what I didn't do and what I should have done and what I was ashamed of. And I could put all of it out there. And the thing, like, people are like, oh, how could you reveal such personal things? People could use it against you. See, no, they can't. Because once I put it out there, I don't give a fuck what you have to say. Like, what are you going to do? Turn around and say, oh, well, your dad. Yeah, he did. And what? I'm still here. You want to go with me? Let's go. Let's go. I survived him. You want to fight me? Bring it. Like, that's the Jersey in me. That's the really? Okay. Come on. Let's go. You want to dance? Let's dance. I can't do that with her. I can't do it with her. I wish I could. I wish I could just let my full personality out and be like, you know what? All right, you really want to do this? Let's do this. If I had a place to go, if I could just get up and leave, I would. But I'm stuck here. Financially and physically. And that's pissing me off because I got a false bill of goods. I feel like I've been bamboozled. Heidi, because she's incapable of it, not excusing her actions, possibly from whatever she went through in the past. Change her synopsis of the brain that is in charge of emotions. Maybe. Or maybe she's just a twat. Yeah, there's that too. I'm tired of making excuses for people. Some people are they just suck. Found you on Facebook, sent the link through message. Awesome. Thank you so much. Elephant said, for me, thinking of why people are the way they are helps me with giving others grace. How many times can you give somebody another opportunity to whack you with the newspaper? You know? Like at some point you just retreat to the corner. You've seen those dogs in shelters. You've seen them on YouTube where they're cowering in a corner and they're just all curled in on themselves and they won't even like yip. You put food in front of them, they won't eat, they won't play. They literally get up to go to the bathroom and then go back to their little corner and try to hide away from the world. That's me. I'm that whipped little dog in the corner. And I hate it. Cat Ninja, I do know. Okay. The realization that my parents could not be the parents that I needed them to be was the turning point in my healing journey. Your mother was never capable of being what you need. Wolf, I don't know if she wasn't capable or she just didn't want to. I don't believe people are incapable of anything. I think if you want to do something enough, you're going to find a way. You'll change who you are. I was very angry in my 20s. I was very violent in my 20s because I was tired of being abused by men, basically. I was tired of it. I was tired of getting my will, stomped all over. I was tired of being made to do things I didn't want to do, being forced to do things I didn't like, that I hated. I got fucking tired of it. And I refused to be anybody's plaything or victim. And I got angry. I'm not kidding when I said I would punch you in the face before I asked you a question. Hit first, ask questions later. Like, if you came at me with an attitude, I wasn't going to sit there and be like, oh, I'm not going to entertain this or whatever. I literally would just punch you in the fucking neck. I didn't care. Punch your neck, get the fuck away from me. Like, I made sure that people gave me a wide berth and that they knew being on my bad side was not a good time. Because I had a really huge bad side. Like, it was easy to be on my shit list because I only gave you one chance. That kid, Connor, being pregnant with him changed something in me so fundamentally that I was never the same. He literally washed all the anger out of me. And I learned to be joyful. And I learned that I preferred to be goofy and make people laugh rather than make them cower. Not everybody was out to hurt me. And even if they were, so the fuck what? Let it just roll off your back, shall let it just ignore it. If they feel the need to win, all right, go ahead. You won. I don't need it that bad. I had, confidence in myself. I had dignity and pride, and I knew who I was because of that kid. I really do feel like his soul cleansed mine. And I feel like I'm losing that. My light is leaving. I don't know how to deal with that. But I do believe that people are capable of profound change. They just have to want it. I wanted to be the best mother I could be. And the other day he turned around and insinuated that not only am I not a good mother, I'm a bad mother. I'll be perfectly honest, he said that and I cut a lot. Because the pain inside, I couldn't get it out. I couldn't reach it. I couldn't control it. But I could control that blade. I could control how deep, how much it bled, how much it hurt. And I had a way of feeling pain that would eventually ebb and go away. Because what he said to me, that pain wasn't going away. So I needed to transfer it into something that I could release, something that would fade, but something that would leave a scar and remind me that it happened and that it'll probably happen again. Was it smart? No. Was it healthy? No. Did I do it? Yep. Do I regret it? No, not really. It is what it is. But I do believe that if something is important enough to you, you will adapt and you will become that thing that you need to become. No matter what, nothing will stop you. And I just don't feel like she ever had that drive to become that person. You know, to give me what I needed. She was always too selfish. Even grandma used to say that your mother's so selfish. But if you ask her, she's the most selfless person there is. So it's like, okay. It's all perspective, right? I love my mother. My mother doesn't love me. And she sure as shit don't like me. Heidi agreed 100% at Elephant Hunt. My dad was the way he was because of what he went through with his mom's mental abuse. And she was that way because of her dad's abuse and alcoholism. Yeah, see, my mother didn't get raised that way. She was raised in a family that adored her. Yeah, they were always together. They had all the family. She was raised in the 50s and the 60s, you know, when family was everything. You know, my grandfather was always working, but he was literally attached to the house working. So she saw him every day. He was always there. You know, my grandmother was a stay-at-home, always there. You know, she had a brother, she had cousins, she had aunts, she had uncles that loved her. She had great-grandparents, she had grandparents. She had the tenants' parents that, you know, because they were close family friends. So, I mean, the family that she grew up in was 40 plus people deep. The family I grew up in was like 10 people deep, if that. And now there's like, what, 3 or 4 people left that are not my children? You know, if you include my children, what did my family come down to? Like 6 people that count? None of which give a shit about me? So fucking bizarre. Cat Ninja, I joined your Discord. I'll make you laugh with my silly accent if you're so silly, Cat. You're so silly. But thank you. You live in a house full of autists. I live in a house full of assholes. I mean, the subtle difference. Very subtle. I know. It's a nuance. Castro! Heidi, yep, went through that too. It's amazing the shit that you can go through and survive. But I just don't know who I'm going to be when I'm done surviving this. If I survive. Because I'm walking a fine fucking line, guys. I'm not going to lie. I have 2, possibly 3 plans in my head. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that. Just let it sit there in my head, get rid of it. I don't know how to get rid of it. But I know that the danger happens when I start to take steps toward executing those plans. That's why journaling doesn't work for me, because I feel like if I journal, I'll write out all my reasons so that nobody's in the dark if it happens. Because I won't leave it a mystery. I won't leave questions unanswered. I wouldn't do that. And the only thing really keeping me is my kids. I don't want them to be the ones to find me. Because again, I wouldn't want to do them any harm. I wish my mother felt that way about me. But she don't. Ah, Castro, my lovely Castro. How's everything over at the ranch? You good? Wolfkinder, I got a sunlight bulb that I use within the first 15 minutes of waking. It resets your circadian rhythm. Does it really? I have a heat lamp for the chickens. That's about all I got. I got a heat lamp for the chickens. And yeah, sunlight would be great, but I'm not allowed to order things. So meh. Nerd said a lot of my generation sat waiting for a letter from her on our 11th birthday. Oh, from McGonagall? Yeah. Oh, look at that. I'm a whole half hour behind in chat. I'll catch up real quick. Ellie, hey, on the phone, can't tag anybody. You're so funny, Ellie. I kind of want to do that thing where I say, hey, Ellie, are we living in a democracy? Just to have her just go off because it makes me smile. Nerd said he wants to talk to Tesla and Churchill. Now, see, as much as I think a conversation with Churchill would be interesting, I think he and I would get into huge arguments. I really do. A lot of the things he said make sense, but I mean, just, I don't know. Like, he did a lot of shady shit. But then again, he observed us doing a lot of shady shit. So I can't really fault him for it. Wolfkinder, okay, we need to figure out how to get you to visit the Pacha Pio Center. You're farther away from it now. I know. I have the little pictures that my great grandmother gave me when she went to Italy. She got all these souvenirs and everything when she went to the Vatican, and she actually met him, and that was always such a huge story for me. I mean, it wasn't a lot of details, sister, because I met him and and he had bandages on his hands and whatever. And she said that they were always bleeding, but not like profusely bleeding, but just like a very slow, thick, kind of a bleeding, but that there were holes in his hands. And it was, but she said you could feel this like larger than life presence whenever he was, around. And she said it changed her in many ways. Like she couldn't believe she was seeing something like that in real life. And oh my God, like for her, it was every kind of validation of her belief system that she could think of. And I mean, I don't want to turn around and be the one to say, okay, people have ways of faking that shit or whatever. I believe that his was real, but that's because I want to believe that it's real. I have no proof. I have no proof that it's not real. That's how I look at it. But the man himself, yeah, it fascinated me. Like what about him made God go, you know what? Give him the stigmata. Make an example out of him. Make people look toward him. Make him a focal point. What makes it so God taps you and makes you special? Most of us are just trudging through life trying to be good people. The intention is there, but the flesh is weak. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. I don't know. I find people like that fascinating. Like I always love those stories, like the stories about like the Fatima and Lourdes and all that kind of stuff, all the visitations and the sightings and stuff like that. Like I said, my dream would be to have a year of living in the Vatican archives and just have free access to everything. Heaven should have an open bar where you can sit and talk to anybody. Yeah. What was that Robin Williams movie where he dies and goes to heaven? I don't know. I just know that a force in this world died when he died. His death affected me a lot. Him and Carrie Fisher. Those two hurt. They physically hurt. But his hurt most of all because I knew what he felt. I've been in that headspace. And I knew what he was about. I know what it takes to make people laugh when you're dying inside. Because you just can't see anybody else hurting like you hurt. Elifant, I'm on my phone and use the @ to tag. I just learned that last night. I just learned last night that the hashtag works too. Oh, does it? I know. I can never tag on my phone for YouTube. It just never works for me. Shelly, you should try light therapy. You might be getting SADD, seasonal affect from lack of sunlight. I'm getting MADD, mother effect from lack of stability. I was going to say senility, but there's a lot of senility going on around here. What Dreams May Come, good movie. Oh, yeah, I don't watch anything emotional because I can't take it. I thought that was an Alan Rickman doctor movie. I have no idea. Nerd, I don't know. Oh my goodness. Virtual hugs it is. Yes, give him a virtual hug and a slap in the head because he needs both. So we need a hug orgy for Chart. Gutter. I know she went to do her damn show now because we're going to redirect in a few minutes. But you never put Darth and orgy in the same damn sentence. That just, girl, like, you made me laugh. You made me laugh, which seems to be a good place to end things. So let me run through this. Put daylight bulbs in your light fixtures in your room. It helps. Again, I'm not allowed to buy anything. Not allowed to buy anything. Time for Shelly. Okay, what is it? Extending the chat time for shit. God damn it, Wolfram. You're too funny. Maybe the frying pan broke her brain's ability to process emotion and care for others. I mean, it broke something. I was thinking of the movie Something the Lord Made. Oh, that's the one with the. Yeah, that was the one with the black doctor, right? I'm pretty sure. Oops, typing is hard. Typing is hard for me every day. The other day, I could not type in chat. I typed the same word like 18 times, and it just wouldn't freaking. It kept autocorrecting. Even when I stopped it, it kept. I was like, fuck it. Obviously, somebody does not want me saying this word, so I'm just gonna abandon it. Y'all should be very proud of me. I'm down to under a pack a day, and I was up to like 2.5 packs a day when I was in Hoboken. I've had no sugar. I've cut most. I'd say I cut 98% of the sugar out. I don't eat any snacks or anything that has like sugar. I don't eat cookies or cake or whatever. no chocolate, and I'm dying for some chocolate, and I just won't eat it. But I've been trying to like stick to just meats, vegetables, things that are good for you. But like I said, the last like couple days yesterday I had a tuna fish sandwich and literally a cup of macaroni at night. The day before I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That was it. And the day before that I had a bowl of rice with some potatoes and tomato sauce on top. Like a stew kind of broth. That was it. That's it. When it was like, God, you must be losing. I'm not losing shit because my body is so full of stress and cortisol that it doesn't, you could literally starve me to death at this point, and I probably would, I don't know, swell up. Who the fuck knows? But I don't feel any better. I gotta say, Your Mother makes me think of the Mommy Dearest. God, I hated that movie. I mean, yeah, in many ways. She would never beat me with a wire hanger because I'd beat her back. Like I said, there's a lot of abuses I'll take. Physical ain't one of them. No, you never want to approach me with physical abuse. Some women go through spouse abuse, battered spouse syndrome, and deny the abuse of their children because it means they failed and the pain of it is greater than the abuse, and become the narcissistic abusers. I think ding, 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 we have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Amber L, I love you, sweetie. I love you too, honey. How are you doing? I know I haven't been engaged with anybody. I just haven't been able to. I haven't had it in me to talk to anybody. I've tried talking to like Lady Awesome because she was like, nope, you don't get to like withdraw. Like, okay. We have a lot of parallels in our life, me and Lady Autumn Sky. So she tends to get it. And you don't say no to her. When she says, you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me, I'm like, yes, ma'am. But I agree with you, Heidi. I've seen it. I agree, too. I think, like I said, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Cat Ninja, I'm thinking we might need that virtual hug orgy for Shelly. I mean, first round's on the house. Nice. If it's for free, it's for me. Just remember, if it's for free, you're the product. You selling me you? I'll take you, Cat Ninja. No problem. Didn't Jesus tell us to keep turning the cheek? Yeah, and the thing is, every time I turn the cheek, I get slapped on the cheek, that I just gave them. So at what point do you say, all right, bitch, that's enough? Heidi, therapists like that are part of the problem with mental health care. Sometimes second opinions to find the right one is arduous and more than a second or third. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, from chews rolled up newspapers in self-defense. You're funny. You chew up newspapers. You chew through my cords. Ugh. You're lucky I love you, Wolf. He's just a chewing maniac. Jacob Castro, this conversation reminds me of Steve Gosney, Brucey. Ah? Isn't Bruce the dog? Isn't Bruce the dog? There are different ways to do therapy. This is coming from my background where I was going to be a private practice clinician. I've always told friends that therapists are like shoe shopping. Elephant, I hate shoe shopping. I literally, when I find a pair of shoes that I love, like a pair of sneakers that I love, I will buy the same pair of sneakers every year. Every year. I'm not big on browsing. I'm really not. I'm not big on variety. Like once I like something, I just stick with it. It's the same thing with my relationships. Like I don't have hundreds of friends. Like I have friends that have hundreds of friends. I'm not like that. I can't just do that. I have my core friends, and then I have winning. I have my best friend, that's it. And it's the same thing with relationships. Once I am committed to you, once I say I'm yours. Like it's going to be hard to shake me, and I don't need to look at anybody else. Nothing else is going to tempt me. It's almost like I'm completely switched off from anybody else because I'm so one person minded. Like, and that's how I am with my sneakers. I'm very loyal. I was a Skechers girl for the longest time until they went and changed the damn soles. They changed the inner soles to that memory foam gel, and it used to make it would heat up my foot, and I'd slide around, and I hated it. So they broke my heart. But I wore Skechers for like 15 years. The same kind of sneaker. Like I do not go outside my comfort zone. It just don't happen. That's so funny though. I think anger is a great catalyst for change. It's a great catalyst to put my ass in jail. I can't give in to anger because anger leads to violence. With me, anger is literally one letter different from danger. Like that's just the lead up. It's very dangerous to make me angry. I mean, I hate to go all like Bruce Banner, you wouldn't like me when I'm angry, but it's true. I'm vicious, and I know that about me, so I don't like to go there. Oh my goodness, Gutter Pub sending $15. She's not even here. She's doing her show. Damn it. You are loved by us, Shell. I wish I was there to give you a real hug, but a virtual hug orgy is what you're going to get today. She's so fucking funny. Oh my goodness. We're almost to the end of chat. Virtual hugs. And oh, look at all the hugs I got from Heidi. Thank you, honey. You guys are awesome. I love you. I really do. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Elephant, it isn't our children's responsibility to make us happy. It's our own responsibility. I know that might sound harsh, but it comes from a place of love. It's not about them making me happy. It's about them not making me miserable. Like, I'm happy they exist. I'm happy when they're happy. That's how it works. Their successes, their failures, their everything. I feel it 100 times more than if it were happening to me directly. But hey, T-Rex, what's up? I don't expect them to make me happy, but I don't expect them to betray me at the very first, set of conflict, like the very first sight of conflict. That surprised me. It really did. Castro said there's a great book, Iron John by Robert Bly. Conflict with parents are a requirement for maturity. Bro, don't you think I'm mature enough? Shit. I was an adult long before I even hit puberty. Damn, Shelly, I feel you to my core. I know you do. And I don't want anybody to understand what I'm going through because it means that you've been through it. And that breaks my heart. You have no idea. Because I want you all to be happy. That's why I hate coming here and doing this, but I got nothing else. Others don't define who we are. No, I know who I am. I just don't see any point. I don't see any worth there anymore. That's not at all what I meant to type. Love you. T-Rex with the typo, say it ain't so. I'm so shocked. You're funny. It's written for the male perspective only, and a critique on modern feminism. Well, since I'm dealing with my mother, that might actually work. Well said. Cheers and thank you. Amber L, I hope you feel better, but currently for my own health, I have to check out of this conversation at the moment. I love you so much. Mwah. Hit me up on Discord if you need anything at all. All right, honey. I hope you're okay. If anything, you reach out. And thank you for coming by. I appreciate that. Thank you for the love. Stupid iPhone, I went to put in my pocket and it typed LOL. I mean, whatever. A laugh is a laugh. That's good. One of my favorite quotes, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. But the most important thing is, even if we're apart, I'll always be with you. Pooh Bear. Aw, I love that. And once again, Gutters Pub went to do her thing, but thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. All the more reason to speak against the lies you're told and speak truth and life into yourself. Link sent through Messenger. I'm gonna look for that as soon as I log off. Gratitude journal. You know what? I don't have a whole lot that I'm feeling grateful for, Ellie. I'm really not. Because everything that I've ever been grateful for is biting me right in the ass. Write one thing each day that you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I don't have access to stronger medicines than I have. That's what I'm grateful for. As insane as that sounds. Jacob Castro, me, I'm always insane around here too. You are not insane. I love you guys. Please use the chat channel on Discord. If you have to be in there 24/7, people show up for you. Stay connected. Wolfkinder, I'll try. Oh, there it is. Elephant. Fuck democracy. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Oh, I love you guys. No thanks. It's not my time. At the Padre Pio Center, they have one of his gloves. Oh, in a glass frame. There are times you can hold it. Oh my goodness. I held it and felt electric energy go to my injured knee. Oh my goodness. That must be amazing. Oh, that must be amazing. You know that I keep water here from Lourdes, right? Somebody actually went there and got me water and brought it back. And I've had it for over 20 years. And do you know not one drop of that water has evaporated? And it's in a plain old plastic container. Never evaporated. I think on the phone if you just typed in it. Okay, so we're talking about that. No, she still can't tag. Please don't do that. All the more reason to seek help, hon. You are worth it. It's a ripple effect. I've lived through some who did it and I've seen its effects. And that's the thing. I don't want it to fall back on my kids. Something the Lord made was about the doctors who created the School of Heart Surgery. That's right. Great movie with Alan Rickman and Mos Def. Yes. I just got the titles confused. Yep. Turn the cheek is supposed to be a sign of strength, not weakness. It becomes a weakness when they beat the hell out of both your cheeks. Like I turned my other cheek and I wound up with a black eye. I'm blushing now. Thanks. So you're welcome, Cat Ninja. Brucey is the dog. Thanks, Jacob. So now you're picturing him what? Like hitting it with the newspaper? Say his name and he appears. Oh, jeez. Hello, winning. Cat Ninja. Same, I hate shopping. I love shopping like online. Do I like stores? No. You know why? Because stores have people and rude cashiers. I like nice cashiers. I'm always nice to the cashiers. I'm like, why can't you just smile? When I was a cashier, I smiled at everybody. Whether you were a dick or not, I was still like, hey, hi, good morning, da, 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 whatever. These people, they're just miserable. Yes, winning is here. He's always winning reality. Anger leads to the dark side. Yeah, the dark side has cookies, though, apparently. That's what they keep telling me. They're, come over, we have cookies. And if only I hadn't given up sugar. Lack of proper nutrition has an effect on one's ability to deal with stress and getting out of harsh situations. It affects the brain's ability to rationally process when in the midst. That is true. But you know what is also true is the more stress you're under, the harder it is to eat anything. Because just the thought of chewing something is beyond my ability to deal. Like that's more energy sometimes than I have. When I tell you they drain me of everything. I mean complete. Like there's nothing left. There's not even fumes in the tank. I'm just done. And that's when I shut down. And I can't talk and I can't eat and I can't even move. I've tried forcing myself to like eat something and it just doesn't work out because then I just have agita the whole freaking day. Traditional greeting from the dinosaurs at winning reality. Elephant, happiness is a choice. We choose how we feel, even if things chemically alter that. We can change our mindset to see things differently. I believe that most of the time. I used to tell my son that choose happiness. You can choose to be happy. But sometimes you can't when somebody else is pulling the strings. My power is out. I'm on the hotspot for now. Oh no. Well, at least it didn't go out when you had your show last night. It was a really good show. You guys should check it out. It was a really good one. You better get your power back for later. Damn it. SmackDown tonight. I only have SmackDown and Raw to look forward to. God damn it. Oh, God forgive me. But, guys, say a prayer that his power comes back, because if I don't have wrestling, then I have no outlet. He knows, like, that's my violence. My quotient. Like, for violence, I meet my quota for violence through wrestling. It makes me I just feel better by the end of it. Every human has been through trials, has felt alone, has been depressed. You're not alone. Remember, Christ felt everything that we've been through. And I know that God only gives you what he thinks you can handle, but I think God overestimates me. I do. Find something to be grateful for, damn it. I'm trying. I'm grateful for you guys. Stop going at me. But I am. At Winning Reality. Be safe, dude, from Nerd. I mean, I think he's pretty safe, or he wouldn't be in my chat. But, well, I mean, you did say you got to sleep in this morning. Having no power, you could definitely sleep in. But yeah, do me a favor and let me know, the status of everything. What's going on? Turning the other cheek, delayed chat. Even Jesus had anger, but without sin, and rebuked wrongdoing. He turned the tables in the tabernacle, yes, and spoke against what the heretics were doing. Yeah, the Sanhedrin, with all the tax collectors and all that. Like, I mean, that story always stuck out, because you never saw Jesus angry. That's the only time I ever saw a burst of anger from him, just for the sheer offense of what they were doing in his father's house. So, I mean, I get that. That's one of the first things that stuck with me. That's one of the first stories that stuck with me, because it blew my mind that Jesus could get angry. Like, that was like a touch of humanity in him, more so than anything else. That was the link that I had seen that couldn't be taken away. Because, yeah, people can be forgiving, they can be altruistic, they can have good intentions. But one thing that really shows your humanity, like the frailty of your humanity, is anger. What pushes you to anger? Some people, it's very easy. With Jesus, the fact that he got angry blew my mind. Because it was like, oh my God, he really did come down, and he really was one of us. Because if he wasn't feeling what humanity felt, anger would have never occurred to him. It would have never touched him. Because he had this divine, kind of bubble around him. He was above it. So for him to feel anger really, like, it resonated with me. And it did. It made me feel like there was so much more of a connection than I had felt before. So that story always stuck with me. I have healing oil from the Padre Pio Center. Oh, do you really? That's so awesome. God. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't believe in any of that stuff. I do. I believe places have been blessed by God more than others, so I believe some things have healing properties, some things have, different abilities, different traits. You might not see them. You just have to believe. And I'm just very big in believing in things. But my beliefs, they can change. They just never go away completely. On the computer now. Oops, sorry. Jesus. Hold on 1 second. Hello. I just had to sign something for my I don't know, I got something registered mail, but okay. I don't know what I just signed for. I could have signed my life away. Did I unmute? Yes, I did. All right. Oh my goodness. Hold on. All righty. Yes, but it was righteous anger. He did it because people were sinning and defiling the tabernacle. Absolutely. But I mean, it was something that meant enough to him to move him to anger, to move him into being that offended. So yeah, it resonated with me. It's not even raining here, and the wind isn't that bad. I'm glad you're safe, babe. I'm glad you're safe and it's not so bad. I hope you don't have a lot of flooding. That was the main thing I was hearing last night about Atlanta flooding. Lady Awesome, there you are. How you doing, honey? Happy Friday. Do you get your messages from Discord in real time or do you just check it occasionally? I don't check Discord when I'm streaming because it tends to make my microphone go wonky. YouTube is asshole, no notification. Some people got it and some people didn't. I'm sorry, honey. I'm about to like finish up. What? You've been on for 2 hours? Yep, I've been on for 2 hours. I did. I'll have to go back and replay it. You don't have to. There's just a lot of me crying. Heidi said, okay, I understand that you didn't intend to come on here airing things. However, I look at it as divine intervention and God has a plan for you to do so. At least a good seed could be planted for you. Yeah. And I mean, I honestly believe that God was the one who led me to do this because I started out one way and I changed to do something else. Thank you. Oh goodness. It's the mail is from my Hudson Square North from where I used to live. Great. It's probably a bill. Okay, I understand. But no, yeah, like I feel like as big as YouTube is asshole, it gave me you guys. And it gave me winning. And I couldn't be more grateful for those things. I really couldn't. Y'all mean a lot to me. That's the only reason I keep coming back. It sure as shit isn't for like the gossip and everything because I can't stand how these people talk about one another. I can't. Like the drama that goes on here, I am so like, please just don't bring drama toward me. I got enough going on in my life without, stupid drama. And that's what it is. Just a lot of pettiness and just bad decisions and egos and it's just so aggravating. But I come here for genuine interaction with you guys and for honesty from you and honesty from myself. Because when I talk to you, I hold myself accountable to the things that are going on, to the things that I've done, to the mistakes I've made, to the character flaws, to the weaknesses, to the soft spots. I have to acknowledge that if I'm going to come here and talk about it, I have to be transparent. I have to say the things that most people don't say out loud. Because if I don't, it's going to sit in my head and fester and drive me insane. And I don't want to go back to that. But when you feel worthless, talking to people is really hard to do because you're like, who the hell wants to listen to me? Who gives a shit? You talk yourself out of it because you really do believe that you're worthless. And I've been there for the last month. I've had nothing to offer anybody but anger, sorrow, and pain. And I don't want anybody to feel my pain. I'd love to get up here and just make you guys laugh, but I haven't had a lot to laugh about. At least he didn't even get angry when his friend stabbed him in the back and got him crucified. No, he understood that betrayal. He knew that was coming. Yep. He knew that was coming because humans are fallible like that. I get it. I do. Lady Awesome has Teresa and Joe Jude. I taught you nothing. Don't sign anything you haven't read. I know. I'm so ashamed. Heidi, he felt all of humanity's ailments and persecution. He died for all, not just some, and all circumstances. Absolutely. Absolutely. Registered mail is usually some kind of legal crap or some stalker trying to verify your address. Thanks, Ellie. No, it's actually it's something from it's definitely an official document and it's typed up, so we'll see. But it is what it is. I don't want to look at it yet. Lady also, I kid. I'm a kidder. I kid. I hope you took pictures of the condition of the apartment when you moved out. I took video. Yeah, I did. Not my first rodeo. And I'm pretty sure you told me to do that like 3 or 4 months ago. You're like, if you move out, make sure you take pictures of everything. Cat Ninja, and we're grateful for you. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. That means a lot to me. It does. And I'm very, very grateful for you guys. Because it doesn't matter if we agree on everything, if we, we'll debate shit into the ground. But I expect genuineness from you guys, and that's what I get. And that's all I really expect from you, is for you just to be yourselves. Because I can't, and I hate to repeat what Nick used to say, I don't know how to be anybody but me. Like, what you see is what you get. Yes. Can I adapt to make people happy? Yes, I can. But when I get on here, I'm not adapting for anybody. I'm just me. And sometimes that's funny, and sometimes it's tragic, and sometimes it's just ugly and petty, and sometimes it's just dumb. I mean, I'm very intelligent, but I can do the dumbest shit. But it's always going to be me. It's always going to be me. I'm never going to put on airs for you guys and pretend I'm something I'm not. I've told you outright, I can be a real cruel, vindictive bitch. I just don't like giving into that. So I fight that. I try to be better. Now I try to just shut up. Just don't react. Just shut up. Walk away. I've never been the walk away kind of girl. I mean, I walk away from a relationship like it ain't no thing. Like, you treat me like a joke, I'll leave you like it's funny. But the rest of it, like walking away from a fight, never. And now I just kind of go, whatever. And I just walk away, and I'm like, all right. But I'm glad I came back here, and I got to sit with all you fine folk. Elephant said, my current mood is slovenly hungry because I'm fat and need to eat breakfast. You're such a jerk. All right. Ellie's got this thing where she's got to make me laugh. At least once. You're such an ass. Currently craving a calash or a homemade croissant. You're ambitious, jeez, because I never get to eat them. Thinking about going out and being among my town. See, you should get out. You should. Type in another comment to keep the stream going longer. Shut up, T-Rex. Lady Awesome, I'm so happy to see your thumbnail in live. Aww. I was wondering where you were. I was like, I thought you'd jump right in here, but I was like, I guarantee she didn't get a notification. Guarantee it. Heidi continued. So when you feel alone and unworthy of anything, remember you're actually worthy, loved by the greatest of all, and not alone because of what he did that fateful day. Yes. And I do. I genuinely feel a very strong connection to God, more now so than I ever did before in my life. But I still here, I feel almost hidden from him, which is weird because I'm so much closer to nature here than I was before. I don't know, I don't know. It's so much outside of me that's like bombarding me. It's almost like I'm having a hard time just making a path, where a clear path to him. And I do feel a little abandoned. I do. I know I'm not, but like I feel like my guardian angel like walked away and was like, all right, she's fine. Leave her there. I need a break. Like I need a break. This isn't a Kit Kat. You ain't getting a break. I've been staying low key because of all the political stuff. Yeah, I know. T-Rex said, wait, where'd he put? Wait. Wolfram said, I hold myself accountable. 1 Shelly, 2 Shelly, 3 Shelly, 4, 5 Shelly, 6 Shelly, 7 Shelly more. YouTube's petty? Nah, I don't believe you. I know. It's funny because I see the pettiness and other people are like, but they're so great. I'm like, go fuck yourself. I love when people they can't see, and then when they do see, they're like, oh my God, do you believe it? I've only been saying it the whole time, but that's okay. You got sushi. I'm glad you got sushi. I'm about to go out and have another peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah, it'll be my first meal of the day. Taking a breath and walking away may be a new skill you need to develop. Disengage. That's the thing, Wolfkinder. I disengage, but then I shut down. Because there's always that part of me that wants to jump back and say something. Like, the urge to have my say is so strong. And that's not going to benefit me in this scenario. It's just not. It's just going to be fuel to the fire. So I have to disengage, but then I shut down to avoid further conflict. This weekend we have a community yard sale. All the old people are out selling their crap. Wonder if I might find something I like. I love yard sales. You find the most amazing shit. Like, I think the last yard sale I went to, I went with Rachel, and we found they were like 25 cents each. The clackers. Remember the clackers? The toy that those friggin' balls that they would on string and you clack them together, and when they exploded it was like shards of fucking glass in your face. We found that, oh my God, we bought they had 3, we bought 2, and the whole freaking way home we heard clack 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 clack. You know, we threw them out before we got home, right? Because we were not giving those to our kids. Oh no. It's one thing when I'm the one making the clickety 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 noise, but them, no. They'd have black eyes, broken noses. Like, I could just see like everything in my house being broken. I was like, no. But we had so much fun that whole afternoon. We were just clack 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 clack. It was fun. And I know you know what I'm talking about. That's where you find like all the old toys. Like, you'll find the old cap guns. Remember those with the red tape that had the little black dots on them, and you pull the trigger and pah! It was. Now, of course, you get in trouble for that shit probably, but man, we had great toys growing up. I mean, our toys were fun. BB guns and stuff like that, lawn darts. That was great. Nobody cared if we put a hole in our head. We were fine. We survived. See if you find a little treasure, like maybe like a little cameo. I love to look at their jewelry, like the little cameo pins. I love those. I have such an affinity for those. Elephant. Oh my God, I want to try kolache so bad. I saw them on Diner Drive-ins and Dives with Guy Fieri. Yeah, that's a good show. I can't watch that show. It makes me way too hungry. So Lady Awesome said I've been staying low key because of all the political stuff. Girl, I can't avoid it. I mean, winning is my bestie. So, like, really, you really think I could avoid politics? That ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry for what you're going through, but I'm happy to hear your voice. Thank you, Wolfkinder. Y'all are so sweet. And Cat Ninja, thank you. You guys are awesome. You put a smile on my face. You did. Thank you. Buckeyes has them. Is that Busey's or Buckeye? I can't tell. When you see one stop at one, nice. However, if I get a notification, I'm usually in the bushes. Girl, like I was watching Winning last night till I passed out. Ah, that's all right. I watch him all the time till I pass out. And he's like, "Did you catch my whole show or did you fall asleep?" I'm like, "See," but what he doesn't get is it's not his content or anything that puts me to sleep. It's that I hear his voice and that's my safe place. So when I hear his voice and he's like showing us stuff or whatever, if I'm not actively typing in the chat, I relax. And then when I relax, I just fall asleep. And it's not a slow and steady like descent into sleep. It's literally I'm watching him and then all of a sudden like just knocked out. And he knows that too because he's like, "Shelly, are you with me?" I'm like "What? Yeah, I'm awake." He was like, "You're awake. You were snoring." I'm like, "No, I wasn't, liar." But no. I don't fall asleep slow. I don't know what it is. It's like a light switch on, off, boom. Current move is still sloppily hungry. Currently looking at the dogs, I remind myself I'm not Haitian. Oh my God. Jackass. Oh, you too fucking. Oh man, that's what she was waiting for. Oh, you're too fucking funny. To me, it's about a relationship, not religion. I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep chuckling because that shit was funny. Ellie, you are too fucking shout out. I love you. Man's legalism and rules added to the word. Yeah. I mean, that's why I think it's important to read the Bible yourself and to have a relationship with God yourself without any outside interference or opinions. Because that's a relationship you have to nurture on a personal level, for there to be real meaning to it. For you to understand even your own belief system, you have to get in the weeds and really examine it and talk about it. And who better to talk about it with than God, and sit there and posit all these questions at him. You might not get answers the way you're normally programmed to get answers or the way you normally expect to get answers. But I do believe he reveals things to you over time in different ways to answer those questions so that it doesn't overwhelm you. Because I think a lot of the answers God has to give, we are incapable of understanding. Our minds just don't go to that level yet. So he does these slow, small revelations that lead you to the answer, in nice, slow baby steps. Oh, now see, I got to do it. I got to do it.
Baby steps? It means setting small, reasonable goals for yourself, one day at a time. One tiny step at a time.
Baby steps.
It works.
First of all, I don't pay property tax.
I swear to God, his clips live in my freaking head. I lost my place. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Nerd said, "I, for one, love our YouTube overlords, and I'm grateful to them to allow me to speak." Fuck that. I know you said sarcasm, but man, fuck YouTube. The first clackers were glass. Brilliant design, right? And I mean, I remember the plastic ones, but these were like the really old ones, like the green see-through clacker balls. And I was just, and I kept telling Rachel, be careful, because she caught her hand so many. I was like, how? You're supposed to go away. It's supposed to go in an arc and this big circle around. She was like, yeah, wait, they keep falling down on my hand. Then, bitch, you don't know how to play with balls. Get better at it. Work on your wrist action. But yeah, I love to give her shit. I kind of miss giving her shit, but I don't miss all the drama that comes with her. I really need that t-shirt that says, "You smell like drama, get away from me." Because I can't deal. Heidi, at Lady Awesome, a lot of the time I lurk and listen, and even I lurk and listen. You would be amazed how many chats I am in throughout the day. I just don't talk. And then somebody will be like, "Oh yeah, so I was doing this morning." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I saw you in the chat." They're like, what do you mean you saw me? You spoke. So I saw you. You were there? Yeah, I didn't see you because I didn't speak. Like that's what lurking is. Because I want to give people the runtime. I want to give them the view. I want to give them the attention. But I don't always like to engage in chat because I can't always be there for every second of the stream. So I'm going in and out and I'm doing whatever. And I'm only catching bits and pieces, but I'm there to be supportive and, to listen to what they're saying, but not every word. Just like I don't expect anybody to stay here and hang out like every second of what I'm doing. Woody never stays the whole time. He pops in and out. I don't do that for his stream, but I'm just saying. Not all things are equal. A lot of the time, lawn darts. I love lawn darts. That was fun. Lawn darts was a hell of a lot more fun than, say, like badminton. Chasing that little birdie bullshit. Like, I hated that freaking thing. And it never failed. I always got hit with the goddamn racket. Even if it was my racket, it didn't matter. I still got hit with it. The little metal rocket bomb thing for the... Yes. What about those little... I hate to say the Chinese firecrackers. The little ones that come in the sawdust in the little box. They're like the poppers that you throw down and they go, "Pa!" I had those way before they were like mainstream because we used to go to Chinatown and that's where they sold them. They only used to sell them there when I was little. Then they became like selling them everywhere. But I used to love to use those. My grandmother hated them. I would go up to the 3rd floor of the house and throw like 5 of them out the window and she's, "Son of a bitch, bastard," because they'd go off underneath the kitchen window. And she'd jump, throw shit in the air. It was great. I was a good kid, but I did like doing pranks. I still love doing pranks on people. If these people were not so miserable, I'd be pranking them all the fucking time. Throwing stars and boxes for target practice. Yes. I mean, who didn't have a set of nunchucks? I mean, really, if you didn't have them, you had a cousin or a brother that had them. We all got hit in the face with nunchucks. You know you did. You know you did. You got hit in the middle of your back, whatever, and you did it. Lawn darts, we really are a generation all around. We really are. I mean, we did everything. How we survived, I don't know, but that's why they're afraid of Gen X, because we literally went through so much unsupervised on our own that could have killed us, and we're still here and laughing about it too. We're actually reminiscing and kind of want those days back. What does that say about the state of the world today? It's like, oh, I wish I lived in a time where nobody paid attention to me and I was a latchkey kid and, it was just say no to drugs and you had no information. You threw lawn darts at each other and, you were just outside unsupervised. Anybody could have taken you at any time. I wish I had that time back. That says something about where we're at today, that we would prefer where we were. Sounds like you need to watch Triple D to make yourself hungry. You just said Triple D and my mind went somewhere completely other. Anyway, and then of course I was like, does she mean Triple H? Do I need wrestling? Because that's of course the other place my head goes. Usually gave up and used a hammer on the cat. I mean, it was frustrating sometimes trying to feed it through the gun thing because it didn't always, and then if it bent, you were screwed. So it was just like, all right, come on. Bucky's is how it's pronounced. Bucky. I had a friend named Bucky, my friend Artie. He passed away during the pandemic. He was fun. I was doing that last night. Yeah. Oh, see, yay, she got me to snort and laugh. You're laughing like I was when I made that bull joke on my birthday stream. Because we were talking about Carrie Fisher's movie career. And I said that, she had been in other shows besides other movies besides Star Wars. And I said, what, like you never heard of Shampoo? And he goes, no, because I'm bald. And for some reason that cracked him up so much. I was just sitting there like, wait, what? I had a hard time catching up. And then I was like, oh, you ass. I'm like, whatever. But yeah, that tickled him. Chat, keep chatting, keep her snort laughing. Casey said weed. I do love weed. Yeah, well, I mean, we know what clip you like.
I deserve good things. I am entitled to my share of happiness. I refuse to beat myself up. I am an attractive person. I am fun to be with.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
That's for last. That's her favorite. My favorite is...
All I do is win, no matter what.
Yep. So all I do is win, no matter what. I got to remember that. Awesome sauce. Cause not case. All right. Elifan said, do you think the dogs know I'm looking at them because I'm fat and hungry? I mean, they aren't in Ohio, so maybe they think they're safe. I don't know. Maybe that survival instinct is they're like, oh, predator. I'm about to be dinner. Nah, because then you got to there's all the hair and everything else. You never want to eat a domestic pet. They're too fatty. Unless that's just my cats that are fat. Boo, is it just you that's fat? Nope, he won't even flinch at me. He's like, I'm sleeping. Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, no, I think your dogs know that they're safe. I saw a shirt that I want. I don't have enough sage to deal with your nonsense today. I don't have enough weed to deal with your bullshit today. Yeah, they probably aren't aware of their friends in Ohio. Probably not. Poppets, yes, that's what they were called. Chinatown. China. I just saw a YouTuber who made a life-size operation game that really shocks you. Why would you do that? Why would you? I don't understand people. Maybe it's like that electro-erotica fetish. I don't know, but I don't want to get shocked. If I want to get shocked, I'll freaking, turn on the light with wet hands or something. But God, why would you do that to yourself? Although a life-size operation game sounds cool. I don't like the shock. It could go bzzz, and that's fine. It can make the noise. Make the noise. I like the noise, but don't shock me. I'm not into that. Heidi said, I had a nearly endless supply of nunchucks and other martial arts equipment growing up. My parents had a small martial arts supply company in our house and taught Taekwondo. Damn. Oh, that must have been awesome. Oh, that must have been awesome. Outpost said I'm laughing my ass off now just thinking about that joke because I said it so fast and I'm not usually that quick-witted. I ain't saying nothing. No, I ain't saying nothing. Wolf Kinder, I'm a snort laugher too. I knew you didn't mean short. I mean, I'm a short laugher because I'm short. It's dangerous to put too many of us in one room together. Oh, Amber L, if she was here, that's all she does is snort. I used to count how many times I can make her snort per stream. It was hilarious. Snort, not short. Typing is hard. Life is hard. He's not fat. He's big boned. Your dog or my cat? Because Boo is not big boned. Boo's fat. He don't even care. He's like, I don't care, bitch. Just keep giving me treats. He don't care. He has not one fuck to give. Heidi agreed. Wolfkinder, I'm a full belly snort laugher when I find something hilarious. Yay, but not when he was a little league parent about it. Who's a little league parent? Wait, what? Oh, I would just find a good it skipped. I would just find a good stick in the woods and would keep it for as long as I could. It'd be a sort of sword or wizard staff or whatever I needed for the game we were playing that day. I mean, that's what we did. We used to play stickball. I mean, we played it in the street. Cars coming, whatever. They didn't give a fuck. Like, they got to look out for me. I'm a short laugher, no typo. I'm right there with you, Kat. Right there with you. Oh, your dad martial arts. That's it. Ah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could. Yeah, I get that. I do. I do. Because I mean, like, you want to enjoy it, but then they're like, "No, you gotta," and it's just like, can you just let me just have some fun? Like, why does everything have to be regulated and ruled and whatever? Like, just let me have some fun. But yeah, no, I totally get it. I totally get it. It's nice when your parents do cool stuff, but then when they turn into like little like authoritarians about it, because I don't want to use, like the H word. You're just like, really? You just sucked all the fun out of it. Like, why'd you have to take something so awesome and make it so like mundane and like a chore? Outpost there, right in front of my childhood home was a giant oak tree that covered the street, so we would play under it and escape the summer heat. That's awesome. Jacob Peets, what's up? Thoughts on Tim Pool aside? He had a former member of the Colombo family on today, and I think I've been convinced. Bring the families back. Fuck the feds. I mean, there was a reason why the mafia worked. I'm just saying. They got out of hand when the drugs came into it. That's when it got really out of hand. But see, I don't talk about the mafia because for me, it was never something that you were allowed to talk about. But it was never something that I was unaware of. It was never a big deal. It was a part of life. Like, that was just how shit ran. And things went well. We looked after one another. We never felt helpless. You knew you always had some place you could go to if the normal legal channels didn't work, or if you couldn't go that way. You had some type of protection. I mean, if any of those dudes in the old, like the Mondo San Giacomo Club around the corner from me, they knew me since I was born. They knew my family. I didn't do anything for them. I didn't have any special place in their life. I wasn't important. But if they had known like what my father had done, he would have never blinked to see another day. Like, he never would have breathed another breath. Like, there wouldn't have even been a question. There wouldn't have been anybody owing anything. They just would have taken care of the problem. That would have been it. That's what they did. The media and like the movies, they make it like they focus on all the negative stuff, but there was so much good stuff. We had such a sense of community, of oneness. Like, we understood one another. You knew which kids had to have an extra eye on them. You knew, which, business owners were on the up and up. You knew the best place to go for everything, and you were loyal. You supported one another. They don't focus on any of that. They only focus on, like the murder and which, believe it or not, was few and far between. I remember being like 8, taking the city bus to the mall 45 minutes away so I could walk around by myself, and I didn't tell anybody. Oh yeah, I used to just go. Just go. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have a beeper. There was no way for them to track me. Like, I just went. And I talked to tons of strangers, and it didn't freaking matter. I think about that now that I'm apart, and and I can't believe I did that shit. Oh yeah. I'm like, I would kill my kids if they tried to do that shit. Oh my goodness. Now many malls have rules about unaccompanied minors. Could you imagine? They're like, oh, the kids have to get out, but then you don't give them a place to go to congregate together. They're like, oh, too many kids. They're looking for trouble. No, they're looking to hang out. You took away all their places to hang out. So where are they? They're home on a freaking computer pretending they're hanging out. Oh, we're all hanging out in the same server or whatever. So, it's everybody want to hang out later. You're not really hanging out. You're sitting in your room by yourself pretending you're hanging out. It's different when you have to get up, get dressed, look presentable. You have to behave a certain way. You have manners. There's etiquette. You don't want to look like a jackass the whole time. When you're not with other people physically, it pretty much gives you carte blanche to just do whatever the hell you want. You could sit there in your underwear. Nobody's going to know unless you tell them. And they're not going to care either because they don't have to see you. They don't have to look. But if you were in the same room, you have to act correct. You got to come correct. We're missing that. We're missing all these social nuances of interacting face to face with people. And it's frustrating because they took away all the places for the kids to go. They have no safe places to hang out anymore. My local mall is being torn down. Oh, no. Pete said that was a fascinating part about the conversation with Michael. Friend says, the breaking of the media and Hollywood narrative. These guys robbed the government to provide for the people. That's what they did because we didn't have anybody else, which is why they were broken. Yeah. But I mean, Italians were ostracized so bad. They were demonized. We were like the lowest of the low. They couldn't get jobs in certain areas. You couldn't venture outside of your neighborhood. And if you did, you got beat up or you got arrested or whatever, because they would just, blame the Dago. That was what they called us. We were Dagos, Wops, Guineas, greenhorns. I hate to tell you what other, the N-word, many of us were called that. Many, 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 because that's how they saw us. They saw us as just the lowest of the low. So they gave us whatever derogatory name they could think of. And when everybody outside of your ethnicity hates you, you band together. And that's what they did. They provided that acceptance that, hey, I get it. I speak your language. I have your traditions. We share a culture. And the mob capitalized on that, but they also protected it. They made the old women feel safe. They didn't have to worry if they were, 80 and a widow and their kids, their kids died or went off to war or whatever. Somebody was going to take care of them. You didn't abandon your own. If they couldn't afford their rent, you found them an apartment that they could afford. And you got a bunch of people together and you moved all their shit. They didn't have to do it themselves. It was different. And it wasn't about being better. It was about solidarity. It was about supporting one another when everybody else was against you. Because as a people, I remember my grandma saying, we were not going to stay low. We were not going to be what they told us we were going to be. She was always told it, from outsiders, oh, you're Italian. You're one of those people. They're dirty. They don't know how to this. They don't know how that. They're uneducated, whatever. My grandmother was extremely intelligent. She was extremely educated. My grandfather quit school in second grade and got a job. He was an apprentice to a mechanic. He worked in a shell company, to make the shells for artillery. He did all that kind of stuff. He worked every single day until he was about 70. I don't ever remember him just fucking off for a day. There was no, oh, I'm sick, I can't go in the station. No, he got up and went in 5 o'clock every morning. It never mattered. Didn't matter what was going on. Even if there was no cars to be worked on, somebody would come in for gas or whatever. I got to be there because he was dependable like that. That's how I grew up. Always, always meet your responsibilities. I don't care if you have 1 drop of blood and 1 breath left in you, you better meet your responsibilities because you have that 1 drop of blood and that 1 breath. Don't waste them because you don't know when you're going to have more. Do what you need to do. Which is why the whole not being able to do things grates on me so much because I am a doer. I'm not used to saying, hey, let's have a committee meeting about it. No, I just go and do it. I got way behind. Shit. Yeah, the mall I grew up in is being closed in South Chicago. Oh no. My friends and I hung out in the food court, went to the movie store, the arcade, and the gaming store. Yeah, I miss Sam Goody. Sam Goody and Walden Books were my two favorite places. Music and books. That's it. That'll keep me happy forever. That's all I needed. I didn't need anything else. I loved going to the movies. Don't get me wrong. And the food court was nice, but I mean, I didn't really give a shit. Nothing was going to be better than my grandmother's food. I was playing hockey with my buddy, was told we couldn't play ball, told the guy we'll just go home and do drugs then. I stole the no ball playing. You would. Yeah, that's what they did. They chase kids away, and then they're like, oh, these kids, all they do is sit at home. Well, I mean, where else are they supposed to go? They're not safe anywhere else. They cross the road, and like if they get into like a play fight, right away everybody gets arrested. And then like bullets start flying and everything. Like nobody just throws hands anymore. You're right, Shelly. Off the top of my head, I can't think of any local place for kids to go and hang out in my town. Nope. We used to hang out in the parks. Parks are for children. You're not allowed. God forbid. No, you're going to be around here and cause havoc and you're going to destroy this and do drugs and blah, 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 blah. Shut up. No, they're not. They're going to sit around and talk shit. That's what they're going to do. I hung out at the mall where they filmed Back to the Future. Really? The skid marks, bad choice of words, were still in the parking lot for a year after filming. That's awesome. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. The victor always writes the history according to them. Yeah, they rewrite the history, unfortunately. Jacob Pete's white supremacists still don't consider us white to this day. Oh, I know. Not that I want to fit in with that crowd. No, me neither. But the discrimination is still there in certain cultures. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nerd said my family dealt with no Irish need apply signs. Yeah, for us, that was the no Italians need apply. And they didn't even bother putting it on a sign because they figured we couldn't read. I love them. People automatically, they're like, oh, you're Italian, so you're mobbed up. Shut up. Like, that's the only thing they think that we're responsible for? Really? Like, how you like that radio? You like that radio? Because that was an Italian. How do you like half the friggin', like cures in the world? Italian. How do you like all that food? Italian. How do you like all that beautiful opera and classical music? Italian. Like, but yeah, let's just, simplify it and be like, oh, look, mafia. Shut up. I was a latchkey kid. The stuff my oldest sister and I did. Girl, I know. Once flipped a go-kart by accident just before mom came around the corner to home. We had to hide in the trees so she wouldn't see us. I was 5. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember every time like I'd do something, I'd hear out the window, what was that? Nothing. That was my answer for everything. Nothing. Nope. Nothing. Are you all right? I'm good. I'm fine. Whatever. No, nothing happened. What was that noise? Nothing. Listen, if it wasn't broke, bleeding, or dead, nobody cared. And even if it was broken, bleeding, just rub some dirt on it, have some like Robitussin and go away. Actually, Winning and I were talking the other night. Do y'all remember Dime Tap? How good did Dime Tap taste? That was dangerous. I don't think medicine for kids should ever taste good. I know it's hard to get them to take it, but when it tastes like Dime Tap did, that's a recipe for disaster. The same thing with the St. Joseph aspirin. That's why I'm allergic to aspirin, because I ate like bottles of that fucking crap. The fruit flavored one, oh, they were so good. Glad you were okay. We were wild, unsupported, and fearless. Hell yeah. If this country would bring back apprenticeships, things would be so much better. It really would. It really would. Because we have very limited skilled workers. And I think we'd have a lot more, not if the pay was better, because the pay is pretty good, but if people honestly like gave into their passions and weren't afraid to learn from the ground up. Like there's not a lot. You could learn a lot for trades in school, but there's no learning like on the job learning, like on the job training. Like when you have an apprenticeship and you're learning from a master craftsman or a master like tradesman, that gives you insights that you're never going to get in a classroom. You know, it gives you practical applications of knowledge, and it teaches you to solve problems on the fly, you know, to look for different things and, you know, notice patterns and whatever. It really gives you an insight you can't get in a school. And we need more of that because machines can't do what people can do in the same ways. I mean, do we really want a world that's that kind of cold where you know you don't have to deal with anybody ever? Like you call up and a machine shows up and fixes your machine? Like, I don't know that I'm comfortable with that. I want things where there are people, because maybe a machine is not seeing the problem that a person would because they haven't had every scenario put through their programming. But this person is able to pull on past experiences and go with instinct and usually avoid bigger problems. You know, so yeah, I trust people a lot more than I trust machines. I don't love the way the world is going toward all machine fixing and machine responsibility. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not even AI. It's just the dependence on technology. I would rather depend on people. I really would. And I'm not a big fan of people. So it's saying something. My one grandfather was Jewish. He asked me if I had trouble getting jobs. He repeatedly told that they don't hire his kind. Yep. And he ended up trying a variety of his own businesses. And that's how most of us got into owning family businesses, because nobody else would give you a shot. You only had an opportunity to advance yourself in life if you went out on your own. You had to take the risk and you had to put in the work. You couldn't half-ass it. Jacob Castro, the white supremacist gang in my neighborhood was created to protect the kids from the Chinese gangs that started overrunning everything in the 90s. I believe it. I believe that's how most of these gangs get their foot in the door, because they see there's a need and they know how to fulfill that need. However, you wind up owing them a lot of the time. And then they, you know, a little bit of power goes a long way. And it just whets the appetite for more power. Hey, just read your last chat. That's awesome. That was one of my dad's favorite movies. Cool. My grandpa Prouse and my mom had to deal with being watched during World War II when he was in the Navy because he was first generation German American. Yep. And he had an uncle that was an SS who died at a rally over there in the 30s. Yeah, I mean, trust me, being Italian during World War II was not fun for my family. Like, that's one of the reasons why my family, I grew up knowing Mussolini is the biggest jackass in the world. Like, they just hated him. Because I hate to say it, but there's a comedian that said, you know, like, Mussolini was a fascist. And everybody's like, oh, Italians are fascist. Italians are not fascist. They pretty much just want to drive around on their little scooters and say, ciao. Like, they're about love and life and food. And that's all they are. They're not fascists. They just leave me the fuck alone. The government might be fascist. The army might be fascist. But the people are like, hey, it's 1 o'clock. Let's take a nap. Like, you know, who's got the wine? Who's got the provolone? Somebody take out the mandolin. Like, somebody dance the Darandelle. That's what they're about. They're not about being fascist. They just want to, like, live life. That's all they want. And to be painted that way was just like, my family found it very offensive because they were good, you know, I hate to say, quote unquote, Democrats. You know, they were American. They weren't fascist. They were American. They believed in everything American and the American dream. And I mean, we never had the Italian flag on the flagpole. We had the American flag. And my grandfather always made sure it was pristine. Like, he hated if it got dirty, right away, take it down. And he had more than one so that he could switch them out so that my grandmother could wash one while the other one went up. But he was very all American. Like, Yes, we were Italian. The Italian was our heritage and our culture, and I mean our food and whatever. But American was the spirit. You know, we were loyal to America. We believed in America. We believed in American ideals and virtues and the American dream. And that as long as you put the work in and you were smart about it, you could do anything. You know, you had to be willing to take the risk and do the work. But we weren't seen that way. You know, we weren't given that, oh, they're just as American as me. It was always trying to push us apart. Oh, they're different. They don't believe in the same thing. No, we do. We probably believed in the American dream more than most like white bread Americans, because that's why we left Italy to come here, for the opportunity to make that dream happen. We didn't expect anything to be handed to us. You know, my grandmother talked about her mother coming over and everything, and they expected adversity. They expected pushback because they got it in their own country. So why would America be different? But at least in America, it was bigger, it was vaster, it was new. They could put their best foot forward, and hopefully somebody would see that they weren't, you know, a piece of crap. You know, it was just the ability to change their circumstances, the opportunity. You know, it literally was the land of opportunity. You just had to be willing to put the work in. And my family they worked really, really hard. All of them, different areas. They all went their own way and did their own thing, but they put the work in. And then you come back to my generation, and it didn't matter how much work I put in. I wasn't getting anywhere, because all those people that had given us opportunities were gone. And you now had a faction that came into power that didn't want you to have opportunities. They wanted you stuck where you were because it suited their purposes. And that's where we're at now. That's why people are so negative, because it feels like no matter how hard you work, you're always working for somebody else. You're not benefiting. Your family is not benefiting. Like, no matter what you put out there, you're always getting smacked back down. And I think we need to return to the whole, you know, merit-based system, because you see people who do nothing get everything, and the people who do everything get nothing, and they get demonized for it. And it's so out of balance, and it's so unreasonable. And we need to get back to a merit-based system where when you put the work in, there are rewards for that. This way you can have dignity, you could have pride, you can have this thing that you're pouring all your energy into because it's bigger than you are. It's for you. It's for your family. It's going to help your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren. That's what we want. We want the legacy to further our families, to protect them and support them and make them happier. You know, make their lives a little easier. Sorry about that. And we don't have that. We don't have that at all. And it's very frustrating. I remember huffing gas with friends. Oh God, I go from like this inspirational thing to huffing gas. I love you, lady. I remember huffing gas with friends in a friend's garage. A girl passed out. She woke up from the sound of the garage door opener. We ran so fast, her mom was none the wiser. Oh yeah, we used to get drunk in my house every once in a while. Like, all of us would hang out, and, you know, drunk was like 3 beers and we were drunk. I mean, we're all lightweights. And we used to clean that place up like nothing. Once my mother found a fucking bottle cap behind this. I was so mad because I was like, God damn it. And she was like, where'd this come from? I was like, I don't know, it's your beer. And I just kind of changed the subject and left the room. But yeah, we got away with so much shit. I remember the fun we would have with a can of spray paint and a lighter. Spray paint and a lighter. How about hairspray and a lighter? You know how many fireballs I did in my house? I don't know how the house didn't go up in flames. I really don't. Because we used to sit there, look at that, do it again. And it was like, okay. Or outside, how I didn't get like shards of lighter in my eyes. Because if you took one of those clear Lighters with the safety on it, and we used to rip the safety off with our teeth because of course we did. If you threw one of those plastic lighters down hard enough, it would explode. And we used to do that all the time. Oh, it ran out of, like, there's only a little bit of gas left in it. All right, boom, and boom. And yet I never got glass in my eye or plastic in my eye. I should have. Would have served me right. I miss the craftsmanship of the 20s homes, etc. Trades are becoming a lost art. They really are. They really are. Things are now made to break, so you have to pay for the repairs or replacement. Nobody repairs shit anymore. They just throw it out and get a new one. That's why we have so much like surplus garbage in this fucking world. Because if something breaks, you're just like, just get a new one. It's cheaper to get a new one, which is true. It's cheaper to get a new one. Why? Because the new one is made of cheaper shit. That's why. That's how they make money. Yep. I mean, but you used to pay for things that lasted. You didn't mind paying a little more for high quality. I still don't mind paying a little more for high quality. It's just really, really hard to find high quality items. My great-great-grandparents left Germany at the turn of the century, so they're able to miss the shitstorm in Germany. That's good. Today we punish responsibility and reward irresponsibility. Absolutely. It's all ass backwards. It is ass backwards. I've been looking into my family history and found farmers, soldiers, nobles, sheriffs, and even one of the first British Arctic explorers. Nice. Very nice. India. Oh gosh, y'all just saw you were live. Hi, honey. And you out, you all around ya. How you doing, babe? You're here. Guess what? I'm leaving. Don't take it personal. I'm hungry. And y'all are gonna get redirected to gutter. But now today, a power mad fuck boy can kick you to the curb and destroy your life. Well, I mean, kick them back. That's what I always do. My mom's side came over in the 1800s, and dad's grandma was from there. His dad was first generation born here, but returned to Germany when he was young and came back here. Nice. Yeah, when my great grandmother came here, she actually came here because she couldn't afford a scarf for church. She could not afford a scarf for church. She had no shoes. She only had one dress. And they were so poor that she couldn't afford a scarf for going to church. So her mother had her ask her aunt, who was very rich, for a scarf to go to church. And she lent her the thing and made sure she went to mass with her and took it back as soon as mass was over, and made a big deal of the fact that she had, she lowered herself to, like, give her this scarf to wear because they used to have to wear like something over their head to go to church. It was Vatican law. And my great grandmother never forgot that. She was a kid. She was a prepubescent when that happened. She was like, I think 10 or 11. And she was so humiliated that she had to beg for this scarf and then hand it back and be grateful and have it thrown in her face so many times after that she told me, I got to get out of here. Like, she was like, I got to go to America. And her sister, well, two of her sisters came here first, and then they sent for her and the younger sister. But I mean, she came over here, just her and her sister, on a boat, for weeks. I mean, it was weeks worth of journeys because they had many stops that they had to take and everything before they actually got into open sea. And she came here by herself. She left her parents behind in Italy. Yeah, how dangerous was that? Like, and I mean, her parents didn't know that she got here for months because in order to send correspondence back there, she didn't have money for like a telegram. And they didn't really do that yet. Like, that wasn't something that lay people got to do. That was more for like rich people or like maritime people or politicians. But I mean, she had to send a letter back. So the letter took just as long to get there as she took to get here, if not longer. So, I mean, it could be months that they were like, I don't know, is she lost at sea? Is she dead or whatever? Making a transatlantic phone call, that was not a thing unless you had a lot of money. But yeah, she came here because of a scarf. My other great grandmother came here because she fell asleep outside her house and somebody stole the shoes off her feet. Literally stole them off her feet. And she was like, I got to get out of here. Like, okay. I just found out that my great grandfather still owned land in Italy up until maybe 20 years ago. My cousin sold it. And you know how much he got for the land? $10. He got $10. Because that was all it was worth, 10 American dollars. So how poor of an area did my family come from? I mean, like I told you, the women in my family, they were all healers. That's what they did. They were healers. They were the medicine women of the village. Which is why so many different things got passed down to me. But they were poor. They couldn't afford to go to a hospital or whatever. You got sick. You better hope that she could heal you or you're going to die, because going to a hospital was not an option. And it wouldn't have helped anyway. You would have wound up with something way worse in the hospital. I joined the army because I couldn't afford new glasses. I believe it, Castro. I believe it. I've known people that enlisted for way less than that. They just enlisted just to get the hell out of their house. They're like, I would rather go to war than live in my house. I get that. I do. But you had options. They weren't great options, but you took those options and you made the most of it. It's really hard to do that now. Because it seems like no matter how many times you try to get ahead, there's always somebody putting up another roadblock or creating a brand new roadblock to stop you. Because how dare you try to move out of your place? Get back down there. Replay crew here too. When this is yeah, and this was a very spur of the moment thing, and it was I don't know if you want to go back and listen because it was bad for me. I cried a lot. How the storm do there? Well, he survived. One of my most treasured possessions is a print of my family crest I got from Ellis Island when I went to New York in '99. Oh, that's awesome. Haven't seen any news today so far. Yeah, I haven't gone on Twitter because Twitter gives me a headache. My town dodged a bullet at the last moment last night. A high pressure system appeared over the town and like a wall of weather pushed the storm back east. All we got was rain and wind. I can't believe how off their projection was. They kept saying, oh, it's so strange. And it's going west. They never go west. No, they always hug the freaking coastline. But they insisted it's going to go west. It's going to go west. It's going to go west. And then it didn't. It kept going more and more and more and more and more east. And I was like, yeah, poor Tampa looks like it got pummeled. It's weird how the radar was straight line going north. I know, it's just bizarre. I found out my grandma's hometown turned her family's farmland into a neighborhood, and the road is named after her maiden name. Oh, that's awesome. Nerd said I wanted to enlist, but I couldn't because of my knee, and I couldn't get a medical exemption. There mustn't have been a war on. I mean, now just go in and tell them, yeah, oh, I think I'm a girl, and I'll take it right away. Lady Awesome, I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do with my father's property in Mexico because non-citizens can't own property. Oof. Can you do dual citizenship with Mexico? I mean, there's so many people that lived here, that moved there, and they move back, and they just move back and forth. Maybe dual citizenship for somebody who can hold a title. I don't know. Maybe look into it. It's weird, though, that you can't. I mean, I wish that's how it was here. Like, if you're a non-citizen, you can't buy shit because that would keep the Chinese out for sure. The storm was almost as big as the state. It was. We're getting the wind all the way up here in Ohio from the hurricane today. Oh, yeah. No, it's not windy here. It's actually dead quiet, which is more disturbing to me because nothing is rustling. And that usually means that something is on the way. I tried to enlist in 08 or 09 when Obama was drawing that. Hold on one second. Hello. I tried to enlist in 08 or 09 when Obama was drawing down the forces and was paying people to get out. By the time that ended, I was too old. You were too old for the army? Didn't you just turn 37? I thought like 32 was the cutoff, or 34. I can't remember. Because my dad was born there. I have to look into it. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of ancestry thing, like inheritance. You might have to pay like an inheritance fee or whatever. I mean, if you could sell it and make money off it, fuck it, sell it. Because then that's less that you have to worry about. But I'm of the mind, if you can hold on to property, do it, because you never know how valuable it might be down the road. But yeah, maybe see if somebody could apply for dual citizenship. I mean, you probably don't have to live there. If you own property, that probably opens a door for you. I tried to go into the Air Force and the cutoff was 26, if I remember. Yeah, the Air Force is a different animal. Yeah, husband said 26, 27, yeah. Castro. How much property? He said I might know a Mexican. I don't know why that struck me funny. Once upon a time in Mexico. Oh, it struck me funny. How much property I might know a Mexican. Sorry. Lady also said I would hate to sell it because my grandfather built the house. Oh, yeah, no. Like I said, I'm of the mind, if you have property, hold on to it as long as you can, as long as it's not going to be an inconvenience or a drain on you. But yeah, to have something that your grandfather built, I mean, there's got to be, like, how old is the house? Does it have any kind of like historic significance? Can you get like a heritage kind of thing on it? Like, see if there's any history to the land that'll help you like preserve it and keep it in your name. You got to think outside the box sometimes with those people. Even so, my knee kept me out no matter what. My 3 knee surgeries by the time I was 22. Damn. Yeah, I've torn my ACL and my meniscus so many fucking times. I just leave it. I'm not getting all those surgeries. It's just not going to happen. Maybe in a couple years when I feel better, I might, but no. Is it British? It could be Mexican. I could be Mexican. You're a ninja. What are you going to be? Cat burrito? Cat taco. We need a cat taco. Come on. And I just realized what I just said, and that could have been taken a certain way, and I didn't mean it that way for once, but god damn it. My dad was at a work Christmas party. He jumped in the trash can to push it down. Oh no, he's so stupid. For the right deal, I have an American citizen daughter I can marry off. I mean, really. I've been there. We were joking about that yesterday. I was telling my daughter, I was joking with her because I was like, listen, I was like, if you get to be too much, I was like, I'm sure there are people who need green cards. I can get 10,000 for you. She was like, oh, rude. But shit, I'd do it myself. Not for 10,000, 100,000 maybe. Just then they recognized him for an award spotlight on him standing in a trash can. Woohoo! Like, I've done that. Put my fucking foot in the trash can, stomp it down and everything. I mean, we all did that. That's funny though. Spotlight on him in the trash. Hey, how you doing? Just doing my part. That's hilarious. Look, someone's thrown away a perfectly good Mexican. Grab him up. We need a landscaper. Like, oh, that's so racist. God forgive me. But I used to love Carlos Mencia because he used to make all the beaner jokes because he's a beaner. He'd say, I'm a beaner. Like, yeah, I feel like I could say it. Orale. Like, he was funny. But I mean, people get offended. I'm like, I don't get offended when you make the guinea jokes. Like, I get offended when you're serious about it, but when you make the jokes, nah, I don't give a fuck. I'll play along. By the time I'm 50, I may have to have my knee replaced. Okay. Hopefully, by the time you're 50, surgery will have come a lot farther than it was 15 years ago. So can we become a Mexican then cross the border and get a house here? I mean, that works. They do that all the time. Why can't it go in reverse? I'd call hypocrisy. I would absolutely just call them up and be like, you know what?
Hypocrisy.
That's all. Like, nope. If you could do it, I can do it. Catacol. It's a catacol. Catacol. That could be a, you know what? You really should make a new kind of dish and call it a catacol and sell it in Ohio. Sorry, that laugh came out while I was talking. Tacos only in Ohio. Oh God. Oh, jeez. All right. It's not racist because one of my best friends who's Mexican, his dad owns and runs his own landscaping business. Carlos Mencia's real name is Ned. I don't doubt it. All these sons of bitches are fake. Oh, little strips of radishes out each other for with. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Mencia is a notorious jokester. I know, but he was freaking funny when he had his show. He was hilarious. Ned Arnell. Oh my goodness. That sounds like the whitest name in the world. Like he literally was delivered out of his mother's cha-cha right into some white bread and freaking whole milk. What the hell? The Ohio slander is real. Remember last night the youths are calling everything bad Ohio. He's a fucking hack. Yeah, but you know what? That song that he used to sing, I love that song. And I always use the D because he's like, if you are a D, please don't marry a D, cause your kids will be D. Like, fucking love that song. That's why I'd look at people and go, oh, you're such a D. And they'd be like, I'm a what? Never mind. Like, I know what I'm calling you. Oh my God. Yes. T-Rex said, oh my God, I'm old now. I just said the youths, the two youths, the youths. The what? The youths, like they're young, they're youths. And you said it unironically, and I said youths without actually trying to say it that way. I just say it that way, like water. But not at the same time. I live 2 hours north from Springfield. Oh. The best thing about his show after I first saw Brad Williams on it, I love him. He's so funny. Yeah. I love that song. I don't know why. Yeah, Joe Rogan got thrown out of a club. Yes, I remember that. But yeah, he is a known joke stealer. And I mean, a lot of them borrow from each other, but he outright just copied whole freaking routines. Derpy is another way to say that. Yep, derp. But I like D. He was actually banned from the club. Yeah, I know. But I used to like when he had this show. I also used to like George Lopez, but then he turned out to be a dick. It's like your wife gives you a fucking kidney or whatever the hell she gives you, and then you go and cheat on her. Oh, I'd be like, give me my kidney back. Oh, I'd be so mad. I've heard the same about Robin Williams. Yeah. I think they all borrow from one another, and they use like each other for material and content and whatever. If you look at YouTube, a lot of us do the same thing. We start off different and then we kind of like homogenize and we take on other people's traits and, oh, this worked for them. Will it work for me? No, that won't work. So let me try this. You know, we trade a lot of stuff. Nothing is our own. Anybody who thinks they've done something for the first time is not living in reality. Like whatever you think you just invented was probably invented thousands of years before you, better than you did it. It just got lost in the mix. The worst joke stealer is that awful, not funny woman, Amy Schumer. Yeah, she's not funny. She's really not. And I mean, if she wasn't so like icky, and it's not even about like her looks, she just strikes me as slovenly and like dirty. I don't know why. I just don't like her. And I'm usually not like that with female comics. I usually like embrace the raunchiness of it all. She's just gross. And I just don't like her. Robin Williams wouldn't have a script and would just riff when he was on stage. So I don't think he realized he was stealing jokes. No, he used to feed off other people. Like that's what he did. And I mean, I do that. I'll feed off whatever anybody's saying and just go with it. And if somebody else said it, like I don't pay attention. Right. And the more famous you are, the more people see it. Yep. I used to think something happened Lopez after his kidney, but now knowing what I know about Hollywood, he was probably just like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're all out for themselves. That's all they think about is the money. Give me money, 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 money. Money doesn't buy happiness. I mean, I'd like the opportunity to find that out firsthand myself, but yeah, it doesn't buy happiness or apparently any kind of principles. Eliza Schlesinger is my favorite female comedian. She could do the raunchy, but it's actually funny. I used to really enjoy like Paula Poundstone, like in the 80s, not later when she became all weird and abusive, but like I enjoyed her jokes for like comic relief. I loved comic relief. I looked forward to that every year. I didn't love the homeless situation, but the fucking concert was great because the jokes were unbelievable. Come on, Billy Crystal, Robin Williams, and Whoopi Goldberg, the three of them together, they were amazing. That was before Whoopi went and got all weird. But I used to love that fucking thing. What you call it? Oh, it was probably weird like that. To my husband to tell me she's Chuck Schumer's. Oh yeah, I didn't realize they were related. I didn't either. I didn't realize that they were related either until much later. And I was like, oh, no, I get it. No, because I always wondered how the hell she got famous because she's got no talent. She's not a looker. She doesn't have like, just like the body of a goddess or something. So I was like, where's the draw? That was it. That was her in. Chuck Schumer was her uncle. Nobody beats Don Rickles. No, I love Mr. Warmth. Love him. Don Rickles is everything I've ever wanted to be. And you can't be that anymore, and it sucks. Right now, I get it, right? I didn't know that, and that makes sense. Oh, yeah. When she threw herself on the ground on the red carpet, I was like, somebody step on her, please. Like, they just walked past. I was like, no, step on her. Like, if she's going to be on the carpet, just step on her. Fuck it. Like, you put yourself down there. That's on you. The Merchant of Venom. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love Don Rickles. Love Don Rickles. He was just amazing. He was amazing. Especially when he made fun of the Italians. I mean, he had no fear. He made fun of Frank Sinatra and he'd just be looking at Jilly at the bodyguard like, you stay over there. You stay over there. But, yeah, he had balls, and he was funny. Colin was too political for your taste. He was too political for my taste as a kid. As I got older, I learned to really appreciate some of the shit that he said. But I always loved his list of words that you're not allowed to say, that he would say in perfect like order every time. But, yeah. All right, I'm going to go. You are going to get redirected to Gutter's Pub. Thank you guys for coming out and for hanging with me. I do very much appreciate it. I feel better. I do. I feel better. I feel like I got a lot out. And I promise not to stay away. I'm going to try to get back to a normal schedule. So I'm going to have to work out with winning who's doing what days, because I want to, you know, not overlap. I'd rather do something and either send everybody to him or him send to me or whatever, or just do it on different days. But we'll figure that out between us. But thank you. Thank you guys for being here for me and for making me laugh. I love you very much. Whoever's still dealing with this, you know, rain and everything, please stay safe. Don't be stupid. Just take care of you. Make sure you take care of you. And I'm going to do my best to take care of me. We kept her on as long as we could. Yeah, he kept me on what? Almost 3.5 hours. I didn't plan on doing more than 2. I'm a fool because I should know you guys would keep me. Get on Discord sometime. Shelly, I miss talking with you. I will try. It was good to hear you laugh, Shelly. Thank you, Kat. Katako. And that, I'm sorry. Every time I see you now, it's going to be like, Katako. It kind of sounds Japanese. Like, it doesn't sound Mexican. Katako. It feels like you should be like, ah, like doing like the hand gestures. I bet you find him on point. You're probably not old enough, but he has such a wide variety of stuff. Yeah, you should go back and check out Carlin. He does have like all sorts of stuff. It's not just political. It's just that's the stuff that really was true. Katako. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. I enjoyed you guys. I really did. Thank you so much. I needed this. I needed you. All right. Remember, Shelly, we're here for you. And I love you guys for it. I really do. And I'm here for you. I mean, you could always hit me up if anything. It just takes me forever to answer. Ha ha. Cat taco. It looks like a cat shitting out a taco, lady. It's tell me it don't. It's like a cat. There you go. There's your taco. That's hilarious. All right, guys. I am out of here. Love y'all. Have a wonderful weekend and stay safe. Peace.
Jersey girl, I know that you're a Jersey girl inside. 4 a.m. at a diner, stop singing, living on a
And doggone it, people like me.
I'm thinking maybe you're a Jersey girl with all those highlights in your hair. No other girl can move like you. We pump our fists damn right, it's true. And I don't care what they might say, they'll never get us anyway. So be my Jersey girl, and take a little ride with me tonight. And let's get dirty, girl. I know that you're a Jersey girl inside. The way you turn it up, turn me on, and then you take it off, make it hot, make it loud. We'll wake the whole town. Jersey girl, I know that you're a Jersey girl inside.
Who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.